course, Hell Runs, Suitless Meridia, CWJs all could be played. Here we go! Now,
nice.
most of our runners... Oops, sorry.
Oh, I was just saying, nice. Like, we're off. I'm going to get our openings, which will probably deviate a little bit from the normal because we suddenly have 2 logical items down in Super Metroid instead of the usual 1.
Yeah, we might see 1 or 2 people go down into Blue. Sorry, nope, looks like everyone's going straight to Hyrule. So we're going to get the normal standard opening route here. Most of them probably check what's on Lake Hylia Island here. Let's see what we got over there. Just a missile pack. Probably not going to be worried about that.
Ironically, yesterday was normal, and yet 3 out of the 4 runners did the Super Metroid opening and got 2 pieces of Dark World access.
My lord. All of our runners starting over at Link's house here. We found a piece of heart there, but it looks like only Maniacal is going to be going straight to the south end of Kakariko Village. Everyone else looks like they're going to be doing the normal Uncle start. Let's see if that...
The south opening to Kak is really fun. It's like, it's not expressively better than the others, but if you're just looking to change things up, and hey, he got really great bomb luck there with 2 50-50 rolls.
Hey, there you go. That's going to help. Probably going to head over to the Secret Shack and get the extra bombs there. We got a missile pack from Uncle. We're also going to get an early run of the race game. And another missile pack. Uncle not really paying up much, but some early missiles is nice.
Michael already betting one of his missiles on the fact that the race will be worth getting instead of checking it first.
Well, like I say, he's still got the Secret Shack at Kakariko, so he's probably going to count on that and just using that to get some more bombs. So not a bad risk here. Got a map over in the Sanctuary. Big 20, unfortunately. We got a map check. Green Pendant at Eastern. Could not see what the rest of them were.
It was a regular Crystal Desert red pendant on Hera.
Ah.
Looks like nobody started with a Houlihan, which is, I guess, getting more popular recently. But they might do one later once they get access to the back of Escape portal.
On the library. I did not see what Commodore just got there in the front end of Escape. Triple bombs in the Lumberjack. Not gonna be seeing that.
Yeah, Kama lagged for just a second, but he left after the first chest, so it must have been something worth taking to Kakariko, perhaps?
Most likely. Well, wasn't an item of any kind, because he doesn't have anything in his inventory. Let's see what Pryor and Cross Product find in the Lost Woods. They're heading over to the mushroom spot as we speak. Just 5 arrows there.
Chat points out that he didn't have a weapon, so it was just a quick 1 check and then back out.
Fair enough. Half magic there in the Forest Thieves hideout.
And underrated part of an early half magic is it fills your meter.
Indeed, that'll be very nice to have early on. Maniacal how getting his bombs there. Going to head over to the Chicken Shack. Also, thank you to Hydrophobic Walrus 25 for the Twitch Prime sub. Much appreciated there. And we find just a 5-bomb upgrade in the Chicken Shack.
Sub-hype.
Alright. Maniacal now heading up. Can't check the bottle vendor just yet. Does not have enough rupees. Then again, none of our runners do at this point. So he's going to head over to the well first off. Got a missile pack. Gonna check the back end here. Another missile pack. We're getting a lot of missiles early on. We're gonna be armed to the teeth in Super Metroid. Super missile pack. Big 20. And triple bombs.
When I see lots of early ammunition and not key items in the hard mode, I'm usually thinking, okay, well, things are stacked away inside like the Gauntlet or maybe inside Hellrons and stuff in Super Metroid.
Indeed, we're gonna check the well here. E-Tank. Power bomb pack. Let's get those early on. 10 arrows. Another power bomb, and we are not finding any progression, or we're not finding anything. Swords or or anything of that matter. So this is getting me a little worried here. Also, thank you to Fiction 0001 for the Twitch Prime sub as well. Keep your sub hype going. So we have here in the back of the these cross product didn't check this earlier. And just a super missile pack, so nothing.
Grendervelt was noting in chat that Maniacal usually opens with the Houlihan, and I think I've seen that as well. I think with any runner, you like to just try different openings and just kind of roll the dice a few times, because there's not one best way to start the game.
Fair enough. Yeah, absolutely. Everyone has different routes now. Looks like Maniacal's going to go back in because he's going to save. He got 5 rupees left. He wants to go ahead and get those last bit of rupees so he can check the bottle vendor. If it has something, at this point, it's likely he's got something.
Yeah, I wouldn't start worrying too much until we've seen South Shore. After that, when Link to the Past dries up a little bit, I'd be like, okay, what's going on?
Yeah, just a piece of heart there at the bottle vendor, so not much there as well. Yeah, it looks like it might need to be the South Shore play to find something, because we're already quickly running out of location.
Of course, with everyone crisscrossing Kakariko and Kakariko having nothing, we're just kind of twiddling our thumbs over here.
Yeah, that's how it usually works. But still, it's very rare to have a Kakariko village without at least one item, you know, one non-ammo pack or something like that. It has something of value. So this is a weird circumstance. But, and again, this is Ardma. Ooh, surprised guard there in the bushes there for Maniacal. Yeah, it is rare to see this early on not having anything, not even a weapon of some kind.
We could talk about some of the troll locations that can have Morph Ball in hard mode, such as the grapple spot behind Crocomere.
Ooh. Alright, let's keep our eye on Maniacal. He's starting his South Shore run, heading over to the dam right now. We're gonna find something. It's gonna be here.
Cross product visiting the front of the tavern to talk about partying.
E-tanked there in the chest in the dam. Still nothing early on. Yeah, I think that's kind of the thing with cross product. He always checks the tavern guy. That's like kind of one of his little gimmicks that he does.
Does the ALTTPR solo rando have anything, like any hints or anything in the front of the tavern?
Not hint-wise as far as I know, but... Ooh, just a big 20 there in the Drain Dam. Now, the one big difference we do know of is that with version 30 of the Link to the Past randomizer, they do have hint tiles, but they do not have them in this version of the crossover randomizer. They haven't quite implemented that yet, so we'll have to wait for that. As Maniacal now starts his run here in the Mini Moldorm Cave, gonna have to rely on bomb strats because we have literally found no other means to attack our enemies here.
He's also at half a heart, so...
I was about to say, yeah, you better be careful here. He's running dangerously low on health. Couldn't quite get the double kill there, but it looks like he's good to go. Let's see if the pain was worth it here. What do we got? Missile pack, power bomb pack, piece of heart, morph ball.
Okay, that's something.
Yeah, early morph ball. Took us long enough to find something, and it's the one thing you really want to find. So it looks like he's going to go right back into Super Metroid. He's not going to check the Ice Rod Cave, which does give me a little bit of pause, but let's see if that ends up working out for him.
Yeah, we've already got full gauntlet because of our power bomb situation. Tons of stuff in logic all throughout Brinstar and down towards Upper Norfair, but not quite enough energy yet for Hellrons.
No, but it looks like he's going to do the early gauntlet play here. Now, in normal mode, this would be considered out of logic, but in hard mode, this is fully in logic, so this could be interesting.
Yeah, it's a curious sort of distinction where wall jumping is normally part of the skill set for the normal logic, but there are certain kinds of wall jumps where they're like pixel perfect or just really, really difficult against non-flat walls that are different in hard mode. So Gauntlet's one of those.
Yeah, Gauntlet, CWJ to head direct ship, those are normally not considered part of the logic. in normal mode. Just a big 20 at the Gauntlet. We also got to keep our eyes peeled. We got two different checks going on here on the bottom. Commodore heading over to Aegina's Cave, while Prior 57 heading over to the Ice Rod Cave. So one of those two might end up finding something. We got Grapple Beam on the desert ledge.
Grapple is sweet. If we see an early book and then maybe a high jump and ice beam, we could be looking at Suitless Meridia.
Very much so. Let's see what we find here in the back of the Gauntlet. Nothing but big 20s all around. All right, let's see. Prior heading over to the Ice Rod Cave. He's going to get to his item first. What does he find? Missile Pack, Fighter Sword, and Terminator. There for Maniacal. And just arrows.
Over at Agina, rather.
So Gauntlet didn't work out for Maniacal, but he does get his Fighter Sword from Terminator there, so that's not entirely a bad route for him.
We're 1/3 of the way to an Aghanim play.
Little early to be calling that there, my friend. But Prior heading over to the Eastern Palace play, he's going to be checking Sir Hossela's Closet, another pretty good hotspot for items. We'll see if that pays off for him, while Maniacal heading into Green Brinstar.
Prior might not have had bombs because he didn't go all the way to the hut. He just reset to SM.
Yeah, it looks like it. Maniacal now heading over to Mock Supers. Ooh, Flippers! Now that... And Das Boots! What are those and water toes in the same room?
Yeah, he can wear one on each foot.
There you go. What are the odds of that?
Yeah, so the Mock Ball puts all of this in play. No need for speed boosters, so we can be expected probably to be taking those boots towards the desert if we see a book.
Most likely. Prior 57 back in Super Metro now. He's heading over to Bomb Chorizo and finds Powder.
Wouldn't be surprised if Maniacal dips back into this room one more time to farm those power bombs. Nah, he's not going for it.
No. Gonna head over to the Edikun section. Ooh, early bow. Hey, we will take that.
Yeah, I like not having to hunt down that item. The signs are kind of all over the place right now. Like, there's a lot in Brinstar, but none of those three things do anything together.
No, not yet. Oh, but Prior finds Power Glove and Omega Missiles.
Okay, so glove boots, I'm starting to think desert.
Very likely. He finds a missile pack at Edikun room there. So it looks like both of these runners have made pretty good routes so far, though it's a question of when will Maniacal go back to Criteria to check that Omega Missile. He needs that Power Glove, and I've seen people forget that room for a while, and it cost him.
Yeah, as I recall, Ozzy was pretty late to that spot yesterday, and I want to say it had Titan mitts or something.
Yeah, I was calming that race. It was a glove upgrade, and it didn't cost him the race because he ended up winning that, but it definitely probably it held him back for a little bit.
But Maniacal should be good to find that. He does pretty thorough Brinstar loops when he starts them this early.
Yeah, I'm not too worried. Maniacal is a good player. And another sword down there at Vanilla Morph Ball.
I think that's our first big chunk of rupees there that Prior just picked up in Blue Brinstar. We were kind of poor this seed beforehand.
Pretty much so. Finds a heart container there in Pink Brinstar as Maniacal. Looks like Cross Product also did the Gauntlet run. Triple bombs there for Prior.
Yeah, we're so desperate for rupees that Cross Product picked up one of the big 20s in the Gauntlet.
Can't entirely blame him there. Maniacal now heading over to Spore Spawn Supers. Missile pack there, up there.
Ah, and there's 300 more. So probably going to be a Zora pretty early when we're back in Link to the Past if we've got 6 hundo plus flippers.
Indeed. Prior now heading over to Billy May's room. He finds a heart piece, but wait, there's more! And he finds 50 more rupees.
Maniacal first try high jump this wave gate there, and this is a hard logic trick that's expected.
Yep, it is in logic here for hard mode. Finds another 300. I think we're good for rupees for the rest of the run at this point.
Yeah, that covers all the games and pod access and everything.
Crossbody now picking up his boots, his two footwear. Ooh, fire rod for Maniacal.
Alright, so now we actually are 3 of 4 key items for Desert. But we're also, what, 2 of 3 key items for Hera? We've got Fire Rod and a sword, so we just need Mirror.
Pretty much. Nice wall jump in there by Maniacal to get to the other side of Blue Brinstar, so he can check out that last. He can go that way back around to get all the items he missed, including that Power Glove. Plus, there's an item over here that I don't think anyone else has checked yet, though. I think Commodore is about to meet him over there. Oh no, that was the 300 rupees you mentioned earlier.
Yeah, and I think Prior skipped Shaft Supers, which makes sense. It's a really slow, time-consuming check.
Yeah, something you don't usually check very often until you have a reason to check it. And as I suspect, Maniacal now is going to be doing his blueprint start check here. Checking all the stuff that everyone else has already looked at as far as Prior and Commodore. Commodore now going back around. Going to be getting all the stuff that Maniacal's already gotten. So we'll have to see how this plays out.
Prior eventually gave up on trying to wall jump to the top of the shaft there and just went with the platforms, because that's an exhausting sequence of wall jumps getting all the way up to the top of that. Really short Bryn loop for Prior, and didn't actually even pick up the bow, yet is heading over towards Sahasrahla Eastern.
Ooh, that's gonna cost him. Because if he had that bow, he could full clear Eastern. Well, no, he actually, logically he couldn't because he still doesn't have the lamp.
It'd still be a solid 4 items when you count the green pendant, vanilla green pendant.
Exactly. Let's see what we got here in Sauceless Closet. Heart container, 10 arrow upgrade, and loopy.
Carrying on despite that, could still get 2 to 3 items out of this play.
Very true. Very true. To answer your question, chat, no, hard mode does not directly affect Link to the Past. It can affect it indirectly through some of the routing in Super Metroid, but in terms of like difficulty in general, no. It does not affect the logic for Link to the Past.
That was a really good old Torian climb from Maniacal.
He's a very talented runner when it comes to... Ooh, yes, yes, yes! Cane of Bryant for Prior out of Eastern Palace.
I'm honestly, I think, a bigger fan of Cane of Bryna than Magic Cape, just because it's more fun to use. You get to smack things around with it.
Pretty much.
So Maniacal's opting away from the portal for now. Wreck Ship is in logic because he can CWJ to it, so he's not quite done with what's open in Super Metroid.
Quite a while now, so he knows his way around this kind of stuff, so it wouldn't surprise me if he goes for the CWJ. Right, Pryor continuing his run in Eastern Palace here. Going to clear out the Stalfos room. And let's see if he finds any other items along the way. There's the compass. If he finds the map, then we know the Armos Knights had the last item. But he's still got 2 more chests to locate. One of which is in the dark room, but it's probably one of the easiest dark rooms in the game. I'm pretty sure, and I know Pryor can navigate.
Nicely routed ammunition for Maniacal. Used all his power bombs and gets 15 back at the ship.
Yep, planned that out perfectly. Like I say, he knows what he's doing. But he is indeed heading towards Rex's ship. He might take a stop over at Red Tower, but he's at the very least might be preparing for CWG.
Yeah, I think I'd look at this set of items and say, I still can't really piece this together and make any like proactive plays in Link to the Past, so I want to find a little bit more.
Goes for the E-Tank there, doesn't quite land the CWJ in the first jump. Then again, I don't think he was gunning for it, so I think he's going to go back and check Red Tower.
You could also take his 5 E-Tanks as a signal to go to Norfair.
It's possible. And triple bombs, which means we did find all the items in Eastern Palace.
Looks like we'll get a high 5 here in Red Tower between Cross Product and Maniacal.
Yep, Cross Product heading up Red Tower here.
He got through right as the block respawned. That was nice.
Always tricky to do. Pryor now heading in, taking that power bomb, heading into the back of Escape. Gonna check the 3 items back here. Maybe even dig deeper if he finds the small key. Missile pack there for Maniacal. We got missile pack, super pack, and there's that small key I was talking about.
Yeah, seems uninterested in breaking Dark Cross right now, though.
Let's see, missile pack and super pack there for Cross, and Maniacal's gonna be getting those again shortly.
We're very, very light on Super Metroid progression so far. We just have the Morph Ball and a bunch of ammo.
Yeah, it's a bit weird. Apparently... Oh, Pryor setting up Houlihan.
So, he knows that Zora's item came into logic with Power Glove. He doesn't have the flippers, but he still could be thinking about going to fake flipper up that way.
Yeah. He's making a lot of big plays that he doesn't actually, like a bit of out of logic plays that aren't really out of logic because we know where the items he needs are. Oh, no, he's going for the escape. He's going front of escape. Probably going to see if he can get a few more items first before he makes the big play.
Yeah, we only saw one of the front 3, so we're going to get a little bit more content here.
Indeed. Meanwhile, Maniacal now heading over towards Kraid's lair. Going to be checking Spazer room here shortly. See if that comes into play. I love how most runners will just go ahead and fall through the gap instead of just waiting for the block to respawn.
They're usually trying to get the quick drop and then the, like, 1 frame hop off of the block crumbling.
Super missile pack there. We also saw it was I think it was just a regular missile pack there for Pryor over in front of Escape. Oh, I think Cross Product now heading over to the moat. Might be considering CWJ now that he's already done Red Tower.
Yeah, given that moonwalk position, he was definitely going for it.
Couldn't quite get it. The CWJ is legitimately a tricky thing to do. Like, even the best runners struggle with the CWJ, so it's gonna take him a few tries.
I'm not sure if it's double frame perfect, but it's very close to it. And he had the first part of it, and he had the position for the second, and then didn't quite wall jump fast enough.
Yeah. There he goes. He got it. He's on his way to Rex's ship.
This is exciting.
Absolutely. This is a lot. We're seeing a lot of different plays from all of our runners here. Very different strategies all around. Ooh, Morph Ball bombs for Pryor.
Sweet. So that takes out a lot of the really annoying vertical tricks, assuming we have the appropriate suit for wherever we're at.
Maniacal now working on, gonna start his fight with Kraid. Is he gonna take him to the prom, or will he be rejected with the quick kill? Oh, almost got the quick kill, but
yeah,
nope.
That was 3 supers. He just barely didn't get the last one.
Yep, so it's prom time, but he gets a very quick dance.
So cross product is going to give us a little bit of a preview about whether or not it's required to do the CWJ.
Hmm.
Pryor working on his infinite bomb jumps does not seem to have the rhythm down just yet.
Yeah, something you got to work on there. But cross product now getting ready to take on Fantoon. Be interesting. He's not going in too unarmed here, so he should be fine, but we'll see.
If 4 E-Tank's power suit is fine for a runner that good, I would still be sweating a little bit. Looks like Pryor gave up on bomb jumps up to Gauntlet. Isn't that interested in the front item?
He's not missing out on anything anyway, so it's not a big loss for him. He doesn't know that, but we do. And looks like Maniacal's going to do an early run into Upper Norfair here. Gonna head over to High Jump Room. Yeah, you got a Fisher Price shield to start off.
I think he might activate. Ooh, is that Silver's up there?
I think it was.
Yo, Bo and Silver's free seed.
And indeed, Blueberry's inside the High Jump Room. It was Silver's.
We're gonna be cooking those Link to the Past bosses.
To say the least, that is gonna be amazing.
He actively skips the shield upgrade because all 3 of them do induce some amount of lag on the game.
Yeah, and the shields don't really block enough to make it worth it here. Cross product takes down Fantoon. Nice timing with his supers.
Alright, so easy hell run first here. There's only 3 E-Tanks required to get to Ice Beam and back.
Yeah, and he might take a stop. If he has enough health, he might take a stop off over a Crumble Tower, but we'll see. He's already losing a lot of health pretty quickly. Is Ice Beam worth it? Just a missile pack. So with cross product now, he's taking out Fantoon. He will be exploring the wrecked ship here. We're going to find out if that CWJ was necessary, or if at least it was worth the trouble of going and doing the CWJ early.
Maniacal's in an interesting spot here where if he really needs to get this item, and we'll see it in just a moment, Spazer, not worth. But if he needed to, he could farm power bombs in this room and Crystal Flash his health back.
No, but not necessary there.
Cross product also farming some peebs. Good spot here with 2 guaranteed per room.
Indeed. Plus, and we also saw you got a heart container earlier over there in that room. So, Maniacal now heading up Death Mountain. Not gonna be able to check much, but he is gonna be able to check Spectacle Rock and find out what's in Spectacle Rock Cave. See if one of those. Ooh, Ice Beam.
Yo, nice. Also, says that once we get Mirror, we can start thinking a little bit more about that Suitless Meridia.
Indeed. Indeed, indeed. Alright, cross product gonna save real quick because he's heading over to Spiky Room of Death.
Yeah, the sponge bath here to get into the Spiky Room of Death, difficult to get into without items like high jump, speed booster, or whatever. You have to actually power bomb your way up on top of the water to get over.
A very tricky trick to do. And already you can see, like, that's why he was farming power bombs, though. You have to get it just right. With power bombs, it's even trickier. And 5-arrow upgrade there from the old man. Cross having a little bit of trouble there with Spiky Room. Oh, but he gets it! And that was the easy part. Now he has to survive the spikes.
As long as he doesn't, like, double KO through the thing and take 200 damage, I think he'll be okay.
He should be fine. Oh, looks like we're gonna go check a bonk cave here for Maniacal. Got those boots earlier, might as well put them to use. And just a piece of heart. Now comes the real tricky part here for Crossbot. Gotta get across the moat, and he has to see if he can get... Oh, but it's just a piece of heart.
Feels good to reset there and not have to go back through the spiky room of death.
That is very true. That is very, very true. Nobody likes going through that twice. Alright, Maniacal now working on the back end of Escape. He's actually going to check the Dark Sewer chest. Got that fire rod, so he can't light some of the torches. He can find the item that's back there.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of fire rod kind of obviating lamp for half the game.
Now, if I were to do a hard mode for Link to the Past and add it to the logic, I think that would be one of the things you could change, is making it required to have fire rod for certain areas. Just the bloomerang back there.
Yeah, we'll see that bloomerang probably once, which is in, like, the key hunt in Ganon's Tower.
Yeah, pretty much. Cross product now checking the right side of the attic there. Gotta get past these gong droids, as I like to call them. And just a power bomb pack, but he's like, you know what? I'm gonna need that.
Yeah, I think every power bomb pack is especially welcome in this mode, because you don't know how many crystal flashes you need to do.
Very true. And Pryor's at it again with the infinite bomb jump.
So it looks like Pryor might be combining two of the infinite bomb jump methods, where there's the double bomb jump that gets you up faster, but it's harder to time, and people don't usually start that from the ground. They usually start that in the air.
Also, apparently, we didn't even see this earlier, but apparently Pryor died to some side hoppers earlier.
Oh no.
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
Wreckship Reserve is a pack of blueberries, so we won't need Speed Booster for that. Oh, I like this Maniacal's, wait, he has flippers, but he's doing this anyways because it's faster.
Of course! Gotta go fast!
That's the Water Walk, which is sort of the more advanced fake flipper that you can do when you have the Pegasus boots early.
Let's see if we find some Waterfall Wishing, a Bloopy, and a Heart Container. Meanwhile, Crossbot gonna try to check item in the sky. Pretty tricky to get without any mobility upgrades.
Yep, and in this difficulty, it's expected that you wall jump off of the platforms here with no high jump to check that location.
Not an easy thing to do, but that's hard mode for you. Everything's difficult. All right, let's see what the fish has got for us. Life lesson, love lesson, or value. What do you got for us? I'd call that value. We got Bacon Sword. We got the Cheeto Sword here.
I would pay 500 for that every game, especially the ones where I'm threatening to go into Ganon with Master Sword.
Yeah. I'd call that value for sure.
So Commodore is making our first play over to Eastern with a bow in hand, so we might see him go all the way to Armos Knights and turn in that green pendant.
Cross Product finally got to check the item in the sky. Just a missile pack up there, unfortunately. Not going to pay off. Now, Commodore will be able to complete Eastern Palace, so the only item we're going to be able to get out of it is from the green pendant, because we have confirmed all 3 items were found in Eastern Palace. So the only value he's going to get out of that we don't know about is the green pendant itself.
Alright, just a couple more checks here for Cross Product and Wreck Ship. We're running out of spots for there to be value.
Just the bowling room and gravity. Unless he finds something big in these next 2 locations, this CWJ was kind of unnecessary. Gonna pre-bomb that area over there. Nice setup. We've checked a lot of locations in Super Metroid already, and I think I was just a big 20.
Yeah, right now the biggest place open to us is Bubble Mountain area with all the energy tanks. Oh, lamp!
Ooh! Not 100% sure if it's worth all that, things considered, but hey, lamp is still lamp. I'm not going to complain.
Yeah, but signaling-wise, that says that the green pendant is potentially progression, and it also puts Aga in play since we still just have that glove.
Yeah, we need either a hammer or a Titan's Mitt along with the Moon Pearl, and we have not found any of those 3 items, so it is a very good possibility we could be looking at Agassi. Now, it's still too early to call that just yet. Still a lot of potential for things to change, because we still have at least 2 other item areas in play. Outside of, or 3. We've got Sick Kid, because I don't think anyone's checked Sick Kid yet. We have Hobo, which I don't think Maniacal didn't check that earlier. And we've got the green pendant.
Yep. And Norfair-wise, you've got just about everything in Upper Norfair, I think, because you can sequence break to Croc, and we have more fall bombs to get up to the Indiana Jones item.
So actually, there is one other item in play, because Maniacal's about to pick it up. The shovel.
Ooh.
Shovel was at the library, so Dick Spot's now in play. I think Maniacal's going to go check that right now. Yeah, you get that an early shovel like that, and considering how quickly we got the boots to get it, I think I'm with Maniacal on this one. I'd check that Dick Spot pretty quickly.
Yeah, I think other than getting it at Stumpy, like, that's one of the most convenient places for the shovel, because you're right there.
Oh, and it definitely paid off! We have Various Suit!
Okay, so that's pretty big. We already had Upper Norfair, but now we have Lower Norfair, because High Jumpless Lava Dive is a thing. Yeah, I missed that shovel on the library to open the game, so I wasn't thinking about where those boots might lead.
Yeah. Oh, screw attack! Might be picking that up later.
Yeah, I think that the screw attack, it doesn't signal anything, but you're like, oh, well, I can get that before I go to Lower Norfair? Hell yeah.
Of course, Commodore now taking on the Armos Knight, takes them out.
Ooh, that's a nice E-tank there. He gets all the way back to full.
Indeed. Now Pryor now gonna take on Kraid. Let's see if he gets the quick kill. While Commodore is gonna turn in that green pendant, he's gonna find out if that signal of a early green pendant is worth it. Nope, just a heart container.
Yeah, Maniacal seems to have the read so far.
Pryor gonna take down Kraid. Couldn't quite get the quick kill on him, but still. While Maniacal now working on Bubble Mountain, he's gonna have to rely on wall jumps to get up here.
It looks like he's already got him down, so there's no need to talk about alternatives, but he could have gone around through the wave beam area.
He's going to work his way over to the speed booster room here. Since we don't have speed booster yet, unless he finds it here, he's not going to have to worry about the lava rising. But there's 2 items here to check. Let's see what he finds. Another 100 rupees. Well, there's some extra Dark World safety there. And some green goo.
The red-green potion. I love that.
I always, that's why I always hesitate when I see a potion. I'm like, wait, it looks red, but is it green? It's green. Okay. I've done that before.
Yeah, you should see the green potion in back of Gauntlet is purple.
Oh, God. Ooh, keep your eye on Commodore. He's going to check in Sick Kid here real quick. Oh, and it was worth. We got gravity from Sick Kid.
Oh my god, I'm losing it. The 2 fetch quest items back in, like, Kakariko are the suits.
Wow, and he's about to get his Various suit as well, because he's heading over to the shovel.
That's basically it. That is all of Super Metroid in logic now. Sans, like... We don't have an expressive, even hard logic way to Dragon yet. If we get Moon Pearl and Dark World access, then we'll be able to take the flippers there, or if we get Mirror, we can get that Ice Beam, and then Ice Clip Machtroid will be expected to go to Dragon.
Indeed. Now, did Maniacal get the check Bubble Mountain Reserve?
No, not yet.
Okay. I know it's tricky to get to, so he's probably working on it. He's probably thinking about going there now.
I think he wants that damage boost. Nice.
Nicely done. Nigel definitely showing off his skills there.
So Super Metroid is just this vast quantity of open things. It's going to be...
Ooh, Moon Pearl at Norfair Reserve.
Yeah, when you get so many locations open at once, the seed is kind of flat, so it's a little bit hard to follow where the logic wants you to go. And so at this point, it's just like who can route Super Metroid most
effectively. Titan's Mitts at Hobo.
So we have Dark World access and full SM access. So good luck, everyone.
This seed just blew up wide on both fronts. My God. Within the span of like 5 to 10 minutes, this seed went from, good Lord, what else do we have left, to, oh God, what don't we have left?
Yeah, we've really narrowed down the number of potential hard mode tricks. It's just a handful, and it's going to be some movements and clips perhaps, but nothing regarding staying alive in harsh areas.
And Maniacal now going to take on Crocomire. Ooh, keep your eye on Cross Product. He's checking X-Ray real quick. I don't think we've seen this yet. It's just an E-Tank.
At least he gets back all the damage he took. Yeah, that item comes into logic with enough energy tanks thanks to the damage boosts.
Down goes Croc there for Maniacal. He's gonna check the other side, finds a piece of heart. Commodore got getting his Cheeto sword.
So far, there are two major items. Granted, they don't do that much that we know about but can't get yet. We need either mirror and flute or book to get to that grapple beam, which could open Shack Tool, and then we need mirror to get to that ice beam.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure once they get that mirror, they're gonna get that ice beam because it's like they, you know, it's not required, but getting through Torian and getting through those Metroids with ice beam is so much easier, so much more welcome.
Yep, I'm pretty sure Titan mitts, along with flippers, meant that we'd be able to swim from the north side of the Dark World to the Bacamurdia portal, so the Ice Clip Machtroid's out, and basically all of SM is available.
Oh, Maniacal tried to infinite bomb jump there, but couldn't quite get it right. He's gonna have to redo it.
He's just going with a single bomb jump, which is fine here. Don't have to go too high of a distance.
There you go. Definitely don't want to miss this item here where you can. Oh, and he definitely glad he did because it's the mirror. You know, it's funny. We were just talking about needing that mirror to get to Spectacle Rock. Well, there it is.
Yeah, so it depends if Kama goes towards Crocomere or if Maniacal goes towards the man under the bridge, because each of them has the chance for that sort of sweet, full clear Dark World from the left side, but only if they get the other's item.
All that's left for Maniacal is the other two items here. He's going to go the back way into...
Yeah, it was a first try green gate glitch, so nicely done.
Not as easy as it looks, folks. Gotta assure you, got to get that just right to hit that switch. So good credit him for pulling that off. Meanwhile, Crossbody now his turn to take on Kraid. And takes him down, rejects the prom date. Oh, an X-ray scope for Maniacal. Now we're starting to see things get crazy.
Yes, Draconis, that was the meme beams, Spazer on Crumble Tower. I don't think Commodore wanted that so much as he just wanted to get back up because he doesn't have speed booster to go out the bottom way.
Exactly.
Commodore just did, or not Commodore, sorry, Pryor just did the King's Tomb check, which I did not see as he was doing his north side boots checks.
I didn't either. If anyone in chat saw what Pryor got out of King's Tomb, let us know.
Meanwhile, Maniacal doing one of the more tedious bomb jumps in the game. This is the scouting position, unless you know how to do the sort of arcing sideways bomb jump. He doesn't want the item though.
All right, chat confirming Big 20 at King's Tomb, so that's useless. That's it for Croc area. We got everything out of there.
That Indiana Jones item, it's one of the, I think it's the single hardest infinite bomb jump that's required in normal mode, because you can be asked to get that item by basically jumping out of the lava. And yeah, it's really hard.
So what is next for our runners here? Maniacal, I think, is going to go back and get that screw attack that he saw earlier.
Yeah, I think he might parlay this into a lower Norford play. He doesn't know about the gravity suit, but he doesn't need it with his bag of tricks.
No, he knows what he's doing as far as getting there goes. The hard part is getting up here, of course, because you got to get it just right.
Yep, either out of the lava or just on the perfect angle on the side of that platform. Commodore is into Meridia, by the way, first time there.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I didn't even see that. Oh, we haven't missed any item checks yet. Oh, it looks like we might have.
Do we know if Commodore has those regular morph bombs?
I don't know. I don't think he does.
Yeah, that's going to make Vertical a huge problem in here. He's basically just got gravity jumps to rely on. Maniacal finally makes it up, gets that screw attack.
I haven't found much in Meridian, unfortunately, from what Chad is telling us here. It looks like he's checked Main Street, Mama Turtle already and didn't find anything there, so...
This looks like a nice beam into Tower of Hera. Maybe Tower of Hera is a bad pendant, so Maniacal might not spend much time there.
He might just try to see if he can find the 2 items in there and call it a day. There was our Dark World check there. Crystal Blue Pendant at Meyer, Crystal 5 at Skull Woods, and I think I saw Crystal 6 at Swamp.
Yeah, I caught the crystal on Skull Woods, and that was it. It was a pretty fast check.
Ooh, Wave Beam starting things off in Tower of Hera. Definitely won't turn that down.
Wow, that's a great back-to-back Ice and Wave, and along with that screw attack, I know Maniacal's thinking every minute as Lower Norfolk gets easier.
And I did not see what Commodore got in the fake wall there in Yellow Meridia. Doesn't find anything in the watering hole.
Maniacal standing and fighting those tiles, won't back down and use the invincibility frames.
No, not even doing the dodge tile trick. He's just gonna tank them.
I wonder if that tile cutscene is somewhat cathartic for anyone who's recently remodeled a kitchen.
Of course, there's the big key, guaranteed to have been there since he already checked everything else. So basically, for Maniacal, he's just looking for that other item, and then he's going to get out of here, because he's already got... He's... Unless he suspects a pedestal seed, which right now, it's way too early to even consider the possibility.
Yep, way too many things left before pedestal even enters our mind.
Well, we got a hint at what's over there in the speed booster area there for Aqueduct. We saw Spring Ball up there. So Commodore might go back for that if he knows if he can snail clip. But for now, he's going to check the the right sand pit. Finds nothing. And just a big 20 from Maniacal, so that's all of the items in Tower of Hera.
And he's out of there. Prior gets Moon Pearl, so should be our second one to visit the Dark World.
Now for Commodore, I suspect his next stop's going to be the left sand pit. See what other 2 items over there.
What do you think Maniacal is going for? Oh, this is just his preferred route to Kakariko, it looks like, to go visit the Dark World.
And he's going to stop by Sick Kid. He's going to realize, oh, hey, gravity's here. Nice. Ooh, we got blue mail here in the left sand pit. Commodore's gonna go ahead and pick that up.
Yeah, that's a pretty solid left sand pit. He's on 21 health, so definitely glad to see that E-Tank. Nice option play for Maniacal there, because he's going in a direction where he could visit the Dark World if he so chooses, but then suddenly Gravity Suit. Actually, no, he doesn't have Hammer, so the mitts were still... He hasn't visited Under the Bridge. Yeah, that's right.
Commodore having a little bit of trouble getting into that zone there. He doesn't have power bomb. He doesn't have morph ball bombs. He gets in there for the first item. Gonna go ahead and use a power bomb for that.
Pryor needs to farm back some of those super missiles. Took quite a few attempts at that reverse wave gate.
Oh, poor Commodore. He's having a lot of trouble getting into that other zone. He needs that E-Tank. Because he needs to get out of here. Otherwise, he's going to have to leave that blue mail behind. There he goes. He got it.
Yeah, probably so Maniacal took the gravity suit, and instead of whatever he may have been planning, he's now routed into Meridia, which makes sense. He's got the ice to get all the way through it, and he definitely can do the snail clip, so a lot of in-logic items here for him to go for it.
We know one of the things he's guaranteed to get out of that snail clip is going to be Spring Ball over an Aqueduct. So well, hopefully we'll see what the other item is, if that's of any value on top of it.
Yep, I think we unfortunately won't see anything specifically accomplished by the Spring Ball, since we already have those Morph Ball bombs and we have the gravity suit, but it's a fun item in this mode.
Finally see what was in Meridia that we missed earlier, but like the chat said, not a thing there.
Commodore takes his blue mail, says peace out, cannot advance further in the area.
Oh, gonna go ahead and head back into Norfair.
Ooh, but he hasn't collected his Moon Pearl or Mirror yet, so there's really not going to be a lot he can do on the Link to the Past side.
Answer question, chat. Various suit was at Dick Spot, with Shovel being on the library.
Dude 4269 in chat says he can Dark World too. I think that was referring to Maniacal, and yes, that's right. Maniacal can get all the way back through and take his Moon Pearl into the Dark World, so he doesn't even need those mitts. Pryor opting into one of the more trolly bomb jumps in the game instead of going for the gate glitch up top here. He is low on super missiles.
Understandable there. Commodore gonna do the front end of escape that he didn't do earlier. Not gonna find much, unfortunately, but...
Ooh, looks like he found the rhythm. Oh, he was so close.
He's not having much luck here today, unfortunately.
Yeah, it would be cool to see him maybe like come back in a future stream and say, all right, I got it. I got the infinite bomb jumps down.
All right, keep your eye on Maniacal. He's about to snail clip.
So he's just positioning them the sort of the traditional way. He does have X-ray beam or X-ray scope, which you can kind of buffer frame by frame the movement of the snails to get the perfect position.
Couldn't quite pull it off though.
Just gonna reset the room.
Snail clip is kind of tricky. Actually, one of the snail clips I've seen that was recently done, Aussie 101 did this, is that you snail clip on this side instead of into that tunnel, and you can go through the ceiling there on the right. Like right where that snail is. Yeah, I think that's exactly what he's gonna do. He's gonna right up there. See, that's a much easier method to get spring ball and high jump boots out of the deal.
What a payoff. Now he's got basically all the movement he could ever want in this game. Like, space jump is pretty obviated by the combination of other items he has.
Pretty much.
Yep, we are a full footwear seed. Where does Samus keep all those shoes? In Sahashila's closet? I see Ice Clip Shack Tool incoming.
Oh boy.
What he doesn't know is actually he can't get that grapple beam yet, so maybe it's not so much of a big deal.
Not quite enough to get the shack play there yet.
But X-Ray can, yeah, I was going to say, X-Ray can save you and give you a couple pixels of height. I've never pulled off the Ice Clip by itself there, but with X-Ray it's pretty free.
So we're getting an early shack tool check here, folks. I know you guys love it.
I gotta think, like, Maniacal might be saying, okay, well, I've got so many items, I've got a lot of time to play with, it wouldn't hurt to check Shack Tool if it's fast, and for him, clearly it was.
And this just shows the talent, the skill that Maniacal has as a runner. Like, I mean, not to take away from the others. I know Cross is a good runner. I've seen Pryor do some pretty good stuff, and Commodore is not good in his own right. So like, none of these runners are bad, but it just shows you how good Maniacal himself actually is to pull off tricks like that with such ease. All right, what does Shaq have? Just a piece of heart.
Womp womp. But yeah, I hadn't seen Cross Product run before today, so I'm pleasantly surprised. They've got really, really great mechanics.
And the chat is not happy with him for killing Shack Tool when he did earlier. Chat might as well be like, you might as well just go ahead and kill the animals while you're at it. Oh, wait. He probably will.
I think as a teenager, when I was first playing Super Metroid, I would always save the animals, even though that would affect my time. I didn't really care. And so I was like, yeah, that's my record, and I saved the animals. And that also used to be my preferred SGDQ or AGDQ donation, but I don't really care too much about it anymore.
Yeah, to be fair, I think anyone who watches Game Theory has kind of already decided that, yeah, the animals kind of need to die.
All right,
nice ice clip there.
Heading into Bot Wound. Don't step on Snick.
Not a bad fight there with Batwoon. Let's see what we got here for items here post Batwoon. Just a single rupee.
So the single arrow validates the run. Does the single rupee as well?
No, because there's 2 single rupees in the game.
Oh.
And the whole validation thing gets old for me.
Where are the single rupees in Link to the Past?
I don't remember, honestly. I'm so used to randomizers now, I've forgotten where most of the vanilla locations are for like certain like specific items outside of progression items.
Yeah. I think Mini Moldorm Cave and Hype Cave are all rupees, and so is Hookshot Cave. But those are big batches of rupees, not singles.
But now, Nike gonna take on Dragon. Time for a little Keiko love. If you watch the mini Dragons here floating in, one of them specifically spells out Keiko love in his movement pattern. Something that was recently discovered. Unfortunately, Mr. Stone, he can't fry the shrimp. He does not have microwave, nor does he have the grapple beam to do the grapple trick. He's going to have to rely strictly on regular attack strats. Doesn't even have speed booster. He has none of the advanced strats for Dragon.
Trying to hit Dragon when she's flying in at 100 miles an hour like that is just a exercise in futility.
Yeah, no kidding. Look how fast that Dragon's flying in there.
And screw attacking when one of the gray blobs grabs on you will actually scare away Dragon's slow pattern. So I've been learning to turn that off when I'm trying to get, for example, the quick grapple kill. Ooh, it just happened again.
Oh, look at it. He's just going in there and just wailing away on him there. That was interesting. Fortunately, he is completely out of missiles, both regular and super, so he's going to have to stock up.
Ooh, clutch.
Oh! Ho, ho. Clutch kill there. That was nuts.
Ooh, does Pryor have the right spot for the... Yes, nice Tower of Hera bomb jump, by the way.
Very impressive there. What's Dragon hiding? Just a no tank.
The bomb jump there in Hera is probably one of the highest risk reward in the game, because when you fall 2 floors, and it feels so bad.
Nice gravity glitch there for Maniacal to get out of the Dragon's room.
I've been keeping my eye on just where some of the hard logic might have seeped into this run, and we definitely were required to reverse gate glitch into Croc because Wave Beam is currently blocked by that mirror to get to Tower of Hera.
Absolutely. And Pryor is going to be the first of our runners to truly go into the Dark World.
Yep, all we need is fire rod and a sword, and this is a full clearable dungeon.
In fact, he's going to just go straight in and go to the back of Skull Woods. He's not even going to bother checking the front end just yet, which I think in this case is a good idea. It's a crystal dungeon, so you're going to get the crystal anyway, and if you just happen to get both items on the way, you save yourself a lot of time trying to explore Skull Woods, so I think this is the smarter play in the end.
Not only that, but the dungeon control you give you the big key in the back and expect you to go back to front, so this is already kind of more efficient routing.
Absolutely. There's our first item there, Super Missile Pack. And Maniacal only has one item left in Meridia to check, and that is Plasma Beam, which I'm assuming that's where he's on his way for now. Oh, wait a minute. Check cross product here. Is he... blew up in that spot and Crystal Flashed at the same time going into Shack Tool.
Sweet.
I don't think I've ever seen that before.
Yeah, I haven't seen Crystal Flash into Shack, but Ozzy 101 was in a race recently where he Crystal Flashed to get through to Dragon and got a huge payoff, just won him the race on the spot.
Alright, we're going to see what's at Plasma here. Just blueberries, so that is it for Meridia. Meridia is now fully cleared.
One of the things you'll often see in the hard mode seeds is because Super Metroid opens up like twice as fast, that we'll just spend the entire first hour and a half doing Super Metroid, and like what's happening here with Prior, get very little Link to the Past Dark World.
Yep. Ooh, nice kill on Mothfield. It took no damage, not an easy feat, and gets a missile pack. That is both items in Skull Wood, so his routing paid off. And Maniacal now going to work his way into the shopping mall here. So he's going to start to enter the Dark World on his end as well. And if he mirrors here, he could go and get his Titan's Bits from Hope.
Yeah, I just recently learned about a really nifty mirror spot by the ladder near Palace of Darkness, where you can just mirror onto the shallow water and go right under the bridge.
I think that's actually what Maniacal's about to do. I've seen it done. It's not done very often, but I think that's what Maniacal's about to do here. And he's going to be glad he did once he gets that Titan's Mitts from Hobo. Or maybe not.
He still has a chance. He just needs to go left here.
That's true. He can jump into the water here, I think. Yep, that's what he's doing.
Wow, that's pretty funny. I only saw this for the first time the other day on Solsky's stream, and already this is the second time I'm seeing it.
While he's doing that, Prior's going to be heading over to Graveyard Ledge. Another spot we haven't seen yet.
Cross product, is probably going to do another Crystal Flash here. Doesn't have that Ice Beam yet. Brilliant.
That is very impressive. I've never seen that before.
Man, I had so many interesting questions for Maniacal just a second ago, like, oh, well, he's in the east side of the Dark World, but he only has Power Glove. What can he do? And he immediately got the Titan Mitts.
He's going to head over and check Pyramid Ledge and probably add in Catfish while he's at it. Meanwhile, Prior now in Village of Outcasts finds a missile pack of the Sea House.
Yeah, early Dark World access, so relatively early, but still an hour and 15 before we're going to even see something like Thieves Town.
Indeed. Chess game not paying off either, only getting a Power Bomb pack out of that. And now Prior going to check out the Bombable Brewery. Haven't found much yet. Finds another Power Bomb pack.
By the looks of it on Pryor's tracker, who doesn't have screw attack, he must have given up on that bomb jump earlier, which is kind of a shame.
It is a tricky thing, but it's not a major loss for him. Like, screw attack's not a valuable item per se, so it's not gonna hurt him too bad. Catfish dropping off a missile pack as well. Not much there. And it looks like Pryor's gonna hold off going into Thieves Town since he don't have the hammer yet. He's gonna go ahead and take a dip over the digging game.
Yep. Maniacal is no hook shot, so I have to think if he's staying on this side of the Dark World, he intends to go to Palace of Darkness.
And just a big 20 of the digging game. Not much there. It looks like he's gonna go back. He might do this. He's got the mirror, so he might end up picking up Jeremiah here. Exactly what he's doing.
Yeah, bullfrogs are very social. They make good friends. Maniacal noping out on Pod is going to probably go into the Dark World the traditional route. Or make a fool out of me and go check King's Tomb first.
All right, let's see what the swordsmith's got. What have they been working on today? Oh, no, he's gonna... Oh, he couldn't... He was too close in. And... Oh! Armor smiths today! There's our other male upgrade.
That's probably the most, like, reasonable thing they could be making other than swords, right?
Yeah, pretty much. But he's also going to mirror over and check Magic Bat. We do have the powder, so this could be an interesting play. You know, Commodore taking out Trollsworm. We just now noticed this.
He really wanted that pendant. Either that or he didn't do Tile. No, Tile Room had the big key, so he must have. He just really wanted the pendant.
Yeah. And just a super pack there for... Perhaps he's considering the possibility of a pedestal seat or just prepping for it on the off chance it comes up. Michael, now he's going to Skullwoods, but he's going to go the long way around, which is actually going to end up being a detriment to him since this is kind of a waste. We know there's nothing in the front of the Skullwoods.
The chat is full of ideas of interesting things the Smiths could make now.
We're going to open up Thieves Town real quick.
Swag cover?
Takes the...
Never mind, it looks like it's just bomb jump.
Pryor's going to take the purple chest on a bit of a tour here. Going to stop by Old Stumpy in Cave South the Grove. See if he forgets to loot the chest behind. Nope, he remembered.
One of the great things about these weeklies is that, yes, they're competitive, you know, all the runners are trying their best, but there's nothing on the line, and you will see a lot of, like, funny little moments and meme plays and stuff.
It's kind of why I like doing the commentary for these things. I enjoy watching this stuff. Ooh, Old Stumpy's got flute.
That's like a off French vanilla flute.
Yeah. French vanilla for sure. Ooh, Maniacal taking a death. I think that was an intentional one, though. I think he was just death warping.
Yeah, he purposely damaged himself down on the mummies in this room and then just had half a heart after checking that treasure chest.
All right, let's see what the lunchbox has got. He just stole his last little bit of lunch money.
But now we can start talking about what happens with that flute. So with Mirror, we have Desert access, we have Grapple access, but I think we're done with Grapple doing anything for us. We had Meyer access some time ago, thanks to very lenient Super Metroid logic. But we don't know the medallion, and currently nobody has a medallion.
Indeed. Oh, time for Hypergripe Cave. Let's see what we got in here. Heart container to start things off there for Pryor. And we find Ice Rod, Book of Medora, Power Bomb Pack, and a 5-arrow upgrade. I'd call that a solid 5 out of 10.
Yeah, same. Ice Rod is one of the trolliest Gumlet items to hunt down.
Oh yeah, I'm definitely not disagreeing there, Draconis. Yeah, this was definitely a pretty hype cave. It's not
close
uber
enough to
hype, but
Bombo's
with two...
tablet to check that right away.
Yeah, good call on that one. But with two pretty good items in there, especially the Ice Rod, since that's guaranteed to be required, that's definitely a pretty hype cave. Let's see what Bombo's tablet's got for us here. Speed Booster!
Wow, so Speed Booster is really nice to have, but what is it hard lock that we haven't seen? Waterway? Shaft Supers?
Yeah, pretty much. And Pryor's gonna head into Desert Palace.
The book came, well, obviously, it just led us to Speed Booster. It came just late enough to not matter for getting into Desert.
But since we've got it right here, I might as well just go ahead and put it to use.
Oh, absolutely. And this is a crystal. Later than I thought I'd see people getting in, but the access was so delayed.
Early big key there, not bad. There are 2 items in Desert Palace there that he needs to look out for.
And was not boots locked in any way.
Nope.
So boots to Shovel to Varia was the only significance for the boots.
Commodore did take a death to Mothio, but had that fairy at a bottle, so was able to survive long enough to finish off the moth.
This is Cross Product's first glove here. No, second glove. The first one wasn't tracked. Okay, so Cross Product is on Titan units.
Yep, he's good. All right. Ooh, Bombos for Pryor. And it looks like the last item is on Land Mollusk, so he's going to be going through and getting that. He's going to have to go there anyway, so that works out.
Yep. Bombos more likely to just be Mire or TR access since we already had the Fire Rod to get into Ice Palace. Well, if the Mire medallion is Bombos, it's a trash pendant today, but goodness, I've seen items in trash pendant Mire way too often recently.
It's one thing I've always said, always check pendant dungeons because stuff like that will happen if you're not careful. Bumper K check here for Commodora finds a super missile pack up there. Not much good there. We're quickly running out of locations here in Link to the Past. Right now, looking at my tracker, we've got, since we know what's on Desert Ledge, we've got 1 item in Desert, we've got Checkerboard Cave, because we can check that, we've got Mire Shed, and we've got Ether Tablet. Plus, we've got a few dungeons we can check.
Chat pointing out more French vanillery in that the Bombos tablet was in the desert.
That's true.
I do want to come up with a new word for that. Maybe something like vanilla milkshake.
Nah, I think French vanilla still makes more sense. It's off from this vanilla spot. Very nice 0 cycle from Pryor, taking out Land Mollusk with no problem. Gets a big 20 for his troubles. And that's going to be his next crystal. Actually, yeah, that's his second crystal.
So we are finally seeing some crystal progression at 1 hour 24. We got our second crystal for the first runner.
Also, a Maniacal in Thieves Town right now. Now, there is a risk here because none of our runners have found the hammer yet. And God forbid there's something in the Thieves Town big chest. He has to hope he finds all 4 items before he finishes his dungeon. And that's not helping.
And we can also guarantee that this will not be Aghanim access for the hammer, as the other 5/6 crystal is Swamp Palace, which needs hammer to complete.
Prior activating his flute now that he's got some time. We can announce the goose is loose!
Indeed, the bird is the word. That's what I like to see. Immediate play down the mire.
Makes sense.
If there's nothing good, you just go right into Lower Norfair and clear it out. That mire medallion was so fast, but it kind of looked like ether. Did anyone see that?
Not offhand. Nothing in Mire Shed, though. Also, did not see if Maniacal got any more items there in Thieves Town. Super Missile Pack there in Checkerboard Cave.
It just occurred to me that we had a couple of people go through Village of Outcasts earlier, but they might have skipped on Thieves Town because of the lack of hammer.
Yeah, I believe so. ₹50 up.
Oh, it is Bombos. I love
Bombos.
Yeah, I want to see the front of this cleared out and have something. That would be a really sweet payoff for Prior.
All right, so I think Maniacal still has one item left, and I don't think the map's been found yet, so it's going to come down to blind here. If he has an item, he's good. If not, he may consider coming back here when he gets the hammer.
Well, he has no key, so without a small key, it's self-locked.
Oh, good point. Yeah, so it's down. So he must have the map. Either that or he got the item, and therefore it's the map here and the small key in the chest. There's an E-Tank, so it doesn't matter either way. He's got everything he needs.
Yeah, always a sigh of relief if once you get to the prison chest you don't find a small key. You are good to go hammerless.
Early big key and Misery Mire there for Prior.
Oh, Cross Product hasn't turned in that shovel yet, so is actually having to hell run.
Ooh, he's gonna kick himself when he finds out he didn't need to do that. Ooh, Mushroom for Prior. That's one of 2 items in Misery Mire. If he finds the other one, he's done.
You know, with how fetch questy of a seed this has been, I wouldn't be surprised for that to go to Hammer.
I kind of see, yeah, I definitely would agree with that.
Cross Product opting for the farm spot here, though he does have 1 Crystal Flash available. And did we just see Prior put off the cutscene chest? I think he's waiting on it.
Yeah, he is. He's going to hold off on that. He wants to see if he can get the item early. Gets a small key, but it looks like he might have to go back. I think he's going to check everything else first. He wants to save that for last if he can help it. And he's going to check the big chest first. Gotta move fast though, because because this thing will start breaking apart fast. There he goes. And there's a small key. It looks like, oh, this is bad. He's down to 2 locations. If he doesn't find the item in the big key chest, it means he's gonna have to wait to come back because Vitreous has it, and he can't get to that without the Cane of Samaria.
Yeah, really, really hoping that either the mushroom leads to something or that there's a cool item down here, because this seemed like a really smart play for Prior. This
is why I always differentiate between a bad call and the wrong call. This, if there's no item here, it's the wrong call, but it's not a bad call. Because the signs were pointing him to checking Meyer early since he got Bombos as early as he did. So it was a good call to make. It just wasn't the right call because there's nothing. At the same time, if there is an item down here, it could put him at a very distinct advantage because there's a lot of runners who don't check pendant dungeons, even though time and again, there's items here.
Exactly. Literally last night, I was in a 4-way race on this, and the bow was in here off of like an pendant Eastern Palace ether. So it was a double pendant dungeon dip to get the required progression for the game, which was the only reason I won.
And it's Cape in the availability key chest, so he did get both items, so that works out for him. Not exactly the best thing he could have found there, but, you know, at least he knows he doesn't have to worry about going back here. He can just leave Misery Meyer alone, and he's immediately going to go ahead and turn in that mushroom.
Yep. We've had some runners pass by Bumper Ledge. I don't know what it was, though. So the Cape might not be doing anything for us. We had Cane of Bryna, so that was already Spike Cave.
Yeah, at this point, that's Infolink to the past. I mean, the only other thing left, you know, there's still Pod, there's still some things in Swamp and Ice we can check, but without a lot of the required items for that, it's kind of a risky play to do any of those dungeons now. So our best bet, like you mentioned earlier, is probably going to be a Lord Norfair play.
Yep, and with a flute to get down there easily, I'm thinking Maniacal's gonna go that way after clearing out the other stuff in the southwest. Alright, Prior, with this positioning, might be doing Wreck Ship, which was a total bust, right?
Yeah, there was nothing. The only thing in the Wreck Ship was Lamp.
Oh, that's right. Just like we're so far past me even thinking about the lamp, especially since, Misery Meyer is a pendant, so you don't have to do the Meyer dark rooms.
Yeah. Look, the only dungeons that really need it are Meyer, Turtle Rock, and Eastern. And even Turtle Rock, you don't really need it that bad. So, yeah, this is like... It seems like the lamp really wasn't that necessary in this seed.
Cross Product finally at 1 hour and 32 has Dark World access.
Wondering if anyone's going to do an early dip into any of those other dungeons. Like I mentioned, Pod, Ice, Swamp. Any of those could have items. Swamp especially could be very interesting if someone makes the early play to that, which... Oh, I might be calling it here. Keep your eyes on Maniacal. He's going for the early Swamp play.
Probably the second most troll spot for the hammer behind that Pyramid Fairy Aga play for hammerless seeds.
Indeed, yeah. Now, bear in mind, if he doesn't find the hammer in that second chest in Swamp, that's as far as he goes. Which is, you know, you would say, oh, 6 items, great place to check. Not without the hammer, it's not. But, like you said, if that hammer happens to be there, it's a super trolly location, and I cannot count on both hands how many times I've seen that happen. Let's see if the gamble pays off. And survey says...
Bonk first.
No! So now we're basically... Pod's a good possibility to check, especially since we have the bow. We could check quite a few locations in Pod. But...
Hammer locks us out of nothing but the boss for Palace of Darkness.
Pretty much. So that might be a worthy play. Ice is also good because you can dodge the 2 areas that require either the hook shot or the hammer. And the only thing you wouldn't be able to do without hammer is you wouldn't be able to go straight to Cold Stare. Cold Stare is locked behind the hammer, but you could still find the hammer there, and thus a lot of items are opened up. So really, and then again, like we said, Lower North Fair. Honestly, I still say Lower North Fair is the best play due to the density of items down there. There is still 2 other spots in Super Metroid, or 3 that haven't been checked. One of which we only now recently got access to. By the way, everyone believes Rise of the Link to the patch national anthem. As Maniacal activates its flute there.
I was going to say, I thought we already did that, but that was the first one with the audio.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I always do that. There are still 3 spots open in Super Metroid outside of Lower North Fair. We just recently got access to Waterway since we got Speed Booster just recently, so that's in play. Shaft Supers is also now in play, and the Criteria Power Bombs right near start. I don't believe that's been checked yet.
Yeah, nobody had the Morph Ball bombs when they were up by the ship that time.
Oh, wait a minute! Maniacal! Let's find out what's on pedestal! Just a missile pack. Ladies and gentlemen, the Pet Seed is officially dead.
Indeed, even a super missile, I think, is just a really big flying bomb.
Okay, Draconis, I'm going to tweak that a little bit. The pedestal is now the deadestal. Meanwhile, Pryor taking on Fantoon right now.
Ooh, I love those damage boosts from Cross Product. They're just always beautiful.
Maniacal gonna pick up his grappling beam there. And Commodore now activating his flute. Got a lot of different things going on at once here.
Yeah, at this point, Grapple is pretty much just for farming outside of Ridley. I can't think of another use. We got multiple players down in the Mire Desert Quadrant.
Indeed, a lot of different action going on here. Fortunately, none of our runners are doing anything we haven't already seen at this point. Like, this is all familiar territory for us. So it's a matter of who's going to make the next big play.
I think Maniacal will also make the Mire trip, just because he's going to be thorough and it's really conveniently located. But then we should finally see Lower North Fair.
To answer a question in chat, I don't think it's actually possible. The best you could say is that if super missiles are on pedestal, the only reason they would be required is if charged plasma is unavailable and you still don't have the 60 supers required for Mother Brain. But even then, the odds of that are so slim, especially since regular missiles, I believe, do still hurt Mother Brain, that you could easily overcome that. The odds of that happening are so slim, it's pretty much not even worth mentioning.
I'll say the odds are non-existent because Charge Beam is guaranteed to be before Ganon's Tower since it's logically required to beat Ridley.
It would come down to plasma then, really.
Yeah, I think Super Missiles on PED, it would just be like a very linear early seed where you got the stuff to do Light World dungeons for a vanilla pedestal pull, and then Super Missiles opened up Super Metroid.
Ooh, Maniacal went for silver strats there on Landmillis and pulled it off perfectly.
Yeah, that's our second zero cycle.
Amazing Ampharos pointing out another possibility. I mean, you could just have every super missile in Dark World other than that one, Super's blocking Moon Pearl, but the odds are close to 0 for that. So yeah, it's really like the potential for that kind of seed is just so slim. It's not even worth the effort of considering it. More than likely, you will have the adequate amount of supers by the time that pedestal would even come into play.
Yeah, we have 80 super missiles distributed throughout the game. There's extras compared to vanilla Super Metroid simply because of those ammo situation seeds where there's a shortage of charge beam or something. So even more unlikely. Very, very efficient routing here for Maniacal. He hadn't been to the desert area at all before, so he's even getting his Agena check-in, just doing the full southwest clear.
There's one thing I've always said, efficient routing can make up for a lot. Like, even if you do end up, like, hundoing a game, if you have efficient routing, you can still check more locations than other racers and yet still do it faster. And it can make a big difference in time. I've seen so many runs like that where one person did end up checking more locations, but did them in so efficiently and so quickly that it just worked out really well. Oh, cross product right, got caught by a Wallmaster right at Mothula. That's horrible.
Womp womp. Yeah, Ozzy completed every dungeon yesterday in a non-pet seed and still won, just because his routing was so good.
Keep around Maniacal here. He's over here at Bomb Chorizo. Finds a bottle on the left and a heart piece on the right, so nothing there.
Quick reset. Probably going to take the portal and flute right back because I think LN is still the highest percentage play left. It's between that and Pod for treasure density.
Yeah, it sounds about right. There's 6 items in Lower Norfair that haven't been checked yet, so... Oh, but he's going to check that criteria power bombs. I brought this up earlier. I said this was a potential spot.
Good on him to think of this and use that ship reset for convenient routing.
Doesn't pay off, only finds more supers, but still. I think he's going to be heading over to his wrecked ship because he hasn't been this way yet.
Oh, wow. I forgot that he hadn't been there.
Tried to shine spark, but unfortunately he misaimed it there a little bit. As Commodore now working on Misery Mire.
So given that 2 other runners already did wreck ship, this is going to be some time where they can catch up to Maniacal, who had a pretty sizable lead, but with wreck ship not really returning value for him, it's going to be a little bit of a waste of maybe 5-6 minutes.
And it's iffy whether or not it's going to be a big chance for them to catch up. They'll probably gain gain some time on him, but I wouldn't exactly call this a perfect opportunity for them to take the lead or anything.
Yeah, Cross Product probably would have been in a much better position if he'd gotten that early Varia suit, but since he spent so much time hell running, it's cut into his ability to keep up.
Pretty much.
I hope that he... Oh wait, he didn't even get the mirror from Croc out of all that hell running, unless it's just not on the tracker. Because I want to see him get the flute at Stumpy and then mirror over and use the shovel at the flute spot. Oh, our tracker just put Mirror on cross product, so maybe he did indeed visit Crocomere.
I saw him at Croc earlier because he was doing Croc while Pryor was taking on Fantoon, so I saw him do Croc.
That makes sense then.
Actually, answer your question, chat, or comment on someone in chat. Mushroom has already been checked. It was a big 20, so no. We've not found the hammer yet, and we've already checked a good number of locations. With everyone doing random stuff right now, it's going to be a while before we probably see where it could be. Because, again, the two big spots we have left are Pod and Lower Norfair. Though we could potentially see someone run Ice Palace and maybe find it there, but it's a slim chance.
Yeah, Hammer is something you obviously want to see really early, or maybe see it for Go mode. What you don't want to do is see Hammer late when you're chasing one other item and suddenly have to check every single Hammer location.
Right. And unfortunately, Maniacal got a little bit of a too early of a super missile shot, so he got the enraged state, which is going to buy the rest of the runners a little bit more time. But not by much.
I'm surprised, given where they were at, none of our runners have the new beam of Wave, Spazer, Plasma, even though they were all early.
Well, we haven't seen Plasma yet.
Oh, sorry, what did I say? I meant Wave, Spazer, Ice. Spazer and Plasma don't go together.
I was going to say, not unless you use a certain glitch, which not a very good idea to do. Because there is the Murder Beam glitch where you can activate Plasma and Spazer at the same time, but it's a bit of a risky glitch, and it's not all that worth it.
Recently, people have been trying out the block clipping ability of having Spazer and Plasma on with Wave, which lets you get through the Frog Speedway and Norfair without Speed Booster. Yeah, no major glitches allowed in this style fun, but the one I just mentioned might be up for grabs. I think you'd have to ask someone who's more familiar with tournament rules.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd be curious about that myself. Hey, I'd be curious. You know, I'd be interested to see memory corruption run here. Yeah, I don't think Murder Beam would be against the rules specifically. Oh, keep your eye on Pryor. He's checking Waterway. And just 50 roops.
Okay. Well, will he check the shaft supers on the way out?
Oh, now there's an idea. Someone get Dwayne Go AC on the phone. We need to see we need to see a task bot run of this rando.
That would have to be a pretty smart task, because it basically would need to full clear everything in like a predetermined pattern. Because how is it going to adapt to like changing its route based on new items? That'd be really hard to program.
It'd have to be a predetermined. It had to be a predetermined seed, if not a full-on plando.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Still, that would be fun to see.
I think the TAS any percent for Super Metroid is in like the mid-high 30s range, like 36 minutes.
Wouldn't surprise me for any percent.
It's really ridiculous and it doesn't take that long to watch. I put it on the other day and it's just like constantly CWJing off of every corner, getting all the perfect like wall jumps and shots between just the smallest of pixel perfect like door transitions and everything.
Oh, AA with AI. If someone could come up with a rando solving AI and set something like that up, that'd be amazing. I think that should be a future goal for any taskers out there is to create that kind of AI. I think I'd love to see that.
Chat pointing out Commodore is actually making our first excursion into Lower Norfair, even though this has been available for a long time.
Yeah, if he finds something down here, he could catch up here. This could be a big play for Commodore.
Just a 5 arrow capacity upgrade at Shaft Supers.
Now Commodore at the worst room of the game. Nice work with the infant bomb jumping there. Tricky setup to do this. This is why they call this the worst room of the game. Unless you have space jump, this room can be tricky no matter what you do. Oh, got up there, but that fireball knocked him off.
Usually that fireball is at the worst helpful because it knocks you towards the platform so you don't fall back down, but he was in a tricky spot.
Oh, probably going to check out Ether Tablet here. We haven't seen this yet either. And just red meringue.
Someone gonna make a red meringue pie?
Alright, so let's see. Heart piece there at Mickey Mouse Room. Actually, now you got me thinking. A red velvet meringue with like a meringue pie with red velvet crust.
That would be tasty. I was just about to say Maniacal looked like he was getting too cute for his own good. He has grapple beam, and yet he still opted to just run into the spikes and high jump up.
That's Maniacal with those swag strats. So right now, we're actually 3 items short for full go mode here, because we pretty much got go mode Super Metroid, but we're still missing 3 items in Link to the Past. Hookshot, Hammer, and Red Cane.
And potentially TR Medallion. So kind of like 3 1/3.
Yeah, that's true. Very true.
The super missile count isn't amazing for any of our runners. I think I've seen someone cap out around 40, but that should be solved by the time we visit.
Actually, Briar's got at least 50.
Oh yeah, never mind. He's right on screen.
Alright, Commodore not gonna check power bomb's a shame. And, well, there's more supers. Now he's gonna take on what I like to call the Rider Pirates, because bug-like enemies that do jump kicks, a reference to the classic Tokusatsu series Kamen Rider. Try to kick! And for anyone who's been watching my commentaries recently, no, I will never stop making that reference because I just cannot ignore it. I can't unsee it anymore.
I just like the fact that there are space ninja pirates in any game. Kind of throws a wrench in the old like ninjas versus pirates war, because when they're ninjas and pirates, everybody wins.
Exactly. Commodore got a farm up here for Ridley. Must make sure he's prepped. Oh yeah, but Mark pointing out, yeah, ninjas and pirates in space. You can't top that.
What about Muppets in space?
Ninjas and pirates. Sorry, not beating that. But it's Ridley time for Commodore. Also, Orange Nova, I would love to see a Kamen Rider skin in like Link to the Past or anything. The question is that you had to pick one. Which rider would we use for this? That's the question.
To quickly answer chat, what is Maniacal doing? Maniacal is going in to clear out those speed booster checks in Brinstar and Criteria, which will be to no avail. Yeah, we're probably going to see one of our 3 remaining Go-Modi type of weapons down here in Lower Norfair, and then finally get some advancement back in Link to the Past.
We're having a little trouble there with Ridley, but I think he got him there. There it goes. Goodbye! Alright, well, it was really guarding just a missile pack.
Ooh, prior collecting their convenience movement items and the aqueducts. Cross product is finally going to get Varia. No, wait! No! No, it doesn't take the shovel immediately.
Go back! Oh, he's gonna... No. Yeah, he's activating his flute.
Okay, I will accept this detour.
If he goes to get his... If he goes back to get his various suit and dick spot, then it will be okay with it. But, Commodore now on his way out of Lower Norfair on the Norfair Escape. He's got 4 items waiting for him along the way, so if he finds anything good along that route, then he's in good shape.
So, just looking at our... Oh, okay, cross product is going that way. I was going to say, looking at the seed overall, when you get to about the 2-hour mark, a lot of these runners, the good ones that especially will sub 3 most of their seeds, are going to want to be at go mode -2 or maybe -1, but like -3 plus maybe a medallion, and you'd have to think the runners are starting to see the sub 3 slip away.
Yeah, pretty much. Commodore having trouble getting out of the spike room here. He's trying to do a swag strat to sneak up there. There he goes. He got it. Now Maniacal making his way through Lower Norfair at last.
And he's got high jump for this room.
We're just waiting on everybody right now to make the plays here. Pryor on his way to Dragon. Maniacal entering Lower Norfair, whereas Commodore is exiting it. Gonna check the fire flea room. Finds a piece of heart, not what he's looking for.
No safety safe for Maniacal, who's already got all the safety he needs down here. Crystal Flash, a billion E-tanks, screw attack, etc.
He's in good shape.
Alright, Commodore has 3 checks left here in Lower Norfair. And down to 2.
Yep, only finding a missile pack there. Not gonna bother going back for that. Checks back here. Just a big 20. Oh boy, we're getting close. Last chance for Commodore. Is there anything in this last room? No, just a missile pack. That is a full clear of Norfair, upper and lower. There's nothing here, which means...
Pod is loaded.
Pod has to have it, yeah. Pod has to have at least something. Unless there's something like early on in Ice Palace. Either way, it's dungeons only. All overworld spots have been checked. All of Super Metroid has been checked. It's down to dungeons in Link to the Past. Very quick fight there for Maniacal, taking out Ridley.
Yeah, the algorithm for this randomizer really likes Palace of Darkness, and I'm not sure why.
Actually, Falfon, Swamp's already been checked. You can only check the first chest, and it didn't have anything, so Swamp is not fair game.
To answer Amazing Ampharos, yeah, I mean, overall, the fill algorithm is the same as the Link to the Past randomizer, except because of how many different ways Super Metroid can send you to and through, for example, the Dark World, it makes certain areas like a little less balanced than they might be in one of solo randomizers.
All right, Commodore, we're gonna save and quit here.
Yeah, I agree. Again, with Amazing Ampharos in chat, Flippers and Meridia access really does mean Pod could have had something in an early required sphere.
And it looks like Commodore is going to head and do his wreck ship run, which he has not done yet. You know, you want to think that killing Ridley early would have given him a chance to get a lead here, but remember, he still hasn't done either Meridia or wreck ship, so unfortunately that advantage is quickly lost. And he's doing infinite bond jump. You do have grapple beam there, buddy. You didn't need to do this, but whatever works for you.
Yeah, it can be so hard to remember your entire loadout with a randomizer. I find myself going through rooms suboptimally, like, oh wait, I had the speed booster. I didn't need to do whatever. That's all the time.
I could agree with that, except, you know, you can literally look up and see your grapple beam right there. Like, you can't miss that. So that to me just seems a little off on that one.
It could also be just the, 2 hours of playing a game, fatigue sets in, whatever your capacities aren't all there.
Fair enough. Maniacal has finished off all 4 Super Metroid bosses. He's the first runner to have all 4 defeated, though Cross Product right on his heels says he's heading his way through Norfair. He'll probably be heading to the lower end pretty soon. But right now, our eyes are on Maniacal, as I think he's going to be the first one to start checking those big plays in Link to the Past.
Yep, and he has the clear combined boss lead with 4 SM and 3 crystals. Only 2 other runners have 3 crystals.
He was going to try to go to Pod, but he remembered he needs the hammer to access that particular portal, so he can't go in that way.
Oh, he hasn't checked Green Pendant, so he's going to go here, finish up Eastern.
He's like, oh, there's probably something here. Nip!
This might be a fallback play, like you were saying about going to that portal and being like, oh, whoops.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, I've had a lot of times where I flute or I like save and quit to the wrong location, and I'm like, oh well, new play.
Yeah, I'm here now. Might as well just go ahead and do this.
Whew, Cross Product just avoided a Mickey Mouse fall there, clutch.
Ooh, that would have been bad. Well, I will say this, credit to where it's due for all our runners here. Nobody is forfeited yet in the SRL. And at this point, I wouldn't be surprised if we start seeing some soon. Though, given the way this series is going, I think a lot of people are still encouraged to keep going.
Yeah, thankfully there have been no difficult tricks that would stonewall anyone's run. They might get frustrated at like 3 hours plus if they're still not in go mode. I occasionally will see forfeits because of that. I think so far I've forfeited 1 SRL race, and that was because I missed a location. I didn't check the Meyer shed, which had like, I don't know, speed booster to get bow to yada yada yada, and I just hundoed everything else in the game and gave up. Prior picking up the tiniest of boomerangs in the Dark Cross. Oh, is that really? Oh, I was about to say, is that really vanilla? Yeah, because Bloomerang is in the chest near the old man normally, is that right? Or is it in the basement?
No, I believe Boomerang is actually in the first chest in the escape run, if I remember correctly.
Okay, that makes sense. Speaking of vanilla stuff in the beginning of Link to the Past, I recently played a seed where the first sword was on Uncle, and I was just like, why is he holding something? Did I roll the wrong game? What's going on?
Yeah, it's like, yeah, that's when you really do ask, is this even randomized? Nice quick kill the Armos Knights with those silver arrows. Nicely done.
Yep, didn't miss a shot, and they didn't even turn red.
And he's going to turn on that green pendant real quick. Commodore is defeated, taken out Fantoon now. Opened up Rex ship. And both Pryor and Cross, Cross is leaving, finishing up Ridley and heading out, while Pryor is heading in.
Alright, Maniacal, where are you off to? This is his only overworld, dark world portal here because of his combination of items, so probably just taking the long way to Pod.
Gonna complete whatever checks he has to along the way and then head over to Pod.
Wow, this is today I learned as well. Chad is talking about vanilla locations for Link to the Past, and apparently if you miss the lamp in Link's house, there's 2 more chests you can find it in.
Alright, so it looks like Maniacal's is going to be the first one to head into what Dr. Bob-tastic likes to call the Mullet Mansion. For those of you who are new here or haven't heard this before, I'm sure a lot of you have heard it a million times, but with Pod, most of the keys tend to be towards the front, while most of the items tend to be towards the back. So, like any good mullet, it's business in the front, party in the back.
And I must share that in IRC we have had our first forfeit. Link Force unfortunately forfeited from this race, but good on them for running.
It was only a matter of time. I had a feeling that was going to come up soon. Maniacal starting things off here in Pod, finds a small key in the first chest. Not going to go ahead and do the left side just yet, but I'm sure he'll get back to that soon enough. Or right side, I should say. Why is that left? Right. I'm getting my sense of directions wrong. Another small key.
So it didn't really matter that we had an early bow because the back is not bow locked.
Gonna check this area here. Get two chests here. Hoping one of these will be a small key, or at least the item he's looking for. There. French vanilla hammer.
And release the bomb.
Yeah, can't say I blame him.
So while he's the first one on stream to get to that, Maniacal has to be thinking Pod was and has been a reasonable play for a long time, and the hammer was very available, so he might be worried that he's behind some of the really high tier runners. As I was pointing out earlier, with all the hammer locations open, he's going to have to go full clear swamp, he's going to maybe have to full clear TR. It's not going to be very fun.
If he finds enough stuff here in Pod, it may not hurt him that bad, but he still does need to find both the hook shot, the Cane of Samaria, and possibly one of the other medallions in order to hit go mode, but he's close.
Yeah, one nice thing I just noticed at the moment after I talked about those dungeons is Hookshot locks out some of Swamp and Cane locks out all of TR. So like with one of those items not being able to be in certain locations, it will narrow down the hunt.
Yeah, and with Turtle Rock it won't be too bad because if on the way to Turtle Rock he's got a ton of item locations over there. East and Dark Death Mountain are in play. So really, he's in a pretty good shape right now to route the rest of this out without too much issue. Checks the big chest, finds a map.
And a nice hammer yelp.
Very impressive indeed. See the dark maze has got for us here. There's a piece of heart.
I'm thinking Cross Product is making their way there as well.
Yeah, be in good shape to do so. He's actually pretty much tied with Maniacal, so if anyone could take the lead from him, it might be Cross. Another piece of heart there. Ooh, space jump. A little late for the party, but hey.
Yeah, I would say Space Jump is nice, except even in the Torian sequence, it really only is just a couple seconds of movement speed up through those rooms.
But I think he's got all the items here. So I think all he's got left now is to take on Helmasaur.
Math Girl, Space Jump does lock one item in Super Metroid, but we already got to see it when they visited Golden Chorizo, and that wasn't any good.
Alright,
Yep.
so we're just...
Oh, I was going to point out, chat's talking about the key logic in Palace of Darkness, and you can deduce, depending on how you route it, that one or two of the chests are keys that you simply don't need to pick up.
Yeah, I think he's gotten all the items at this point, so that's why he's not even bothering with the last two chests he left behind. He's just going straight to Helmasaur.
Yeah, even if he had still one item remaining, if you have two keys after you've cleared the dark maze and everything else, and there's that chest in the spiky room, you can just ignore it because it's just going to replace the key you used to get there.
Pretty much. But it's time for Helmasaur King. 16 whacks with a hammer, most likely one shot with a silver arrows right between the eyes, and he'll be down. Oh, missed the first shot. Having a little trouble, but he gets it. Down goes the lizard. Oh, nope, there was one item left, but he got it. It's a E-Tank, so that's the end of that.
So, chat further correcting me on my Palace of Darkness key logic. Apparently, you can't find a small key in the dark maze. A small key in the dark maze. I didn't know that.
I could have sworn it was 16 whacks, Chad. I've always heard 16.
17's right.
Yeah, well, and I've been mistaken this whole time, and nobody's bothered to correct me.
The thing is, 17 is such an awkward number to count to, I don't even bother. I just whack until the thing falls off.
Fair enough. Alright, so Maniacal now heading up to Death Mountain. Most likely going to be warping over and going to the right side and going to East Death Mountain. Got a lot of different checks over here, so more than likely, if he's going to find something, it's going to be over here. Gonna make a quick stop off and check the ether tablet. Gotta love those dead rocks, right?
Ooh, Commodore also probably finally making the pod play here.
Oh my lord! Floating Island has Cane of Samaria.
Well, that's going to be a fast pickup and an even faster immediate Turtle Rock from Maniacal.
Yeah.
Now watch him get hookshot in the bonk chest and hookshot cave.
And Bombos also required for Turtle Rock, so they are already set to go.
That's good. No hunt for ether today.
Yeah, no hunt for either been down, because we still haven't found Quake either, but not necessary. So that works out. That gives Maniacal a huge advantage here, because that's going to save him a lot of time. He's going right into Hookshot Cave, because, hey, he knows what's waiting for him in there. He can't check much, but he can at least get the first chest through bonking. And, oh, if that jellyfish wasn't in the way. Wait for the thing to move. It's not, just... Yeah.
Use a silver arrow on it. Overkill.
It knocked him to the ground twice. I think it deserves it. Piece of heart there.
Oh my god.
He's not gonna do it. Oh god, he's gonna go for it. He's gonna try to hover. No.
A valiant effort. I've seen Solsky try to hover this room and get denied the last chest by one of those blue jellies.
But he's gonna mirror over, and I can say it now. Someone call Phantom Ryu, cause that's gotta be Kane!
Can someone explain that reference to me? Is it like a fighting game thing?
Actually, it's a wrestling reference.
Oh, okay. I was just thinking Ryu and Street Fighter and all that.
Yeah, Phantom Ryu is the commentator who started the line, but it's a reference to a classic moment in WWE when a wrestler known as Kane first debuted, and the commentator and owner of the company, Vince McMahon, shouted that line.
Oh.
And since Kane is known as the Big Red Machine, the Big Red Kane.
Isn't there also a Kane in Mortal Kombat?
No, there's a Kano.
Oh.
And what's even funnier when it comes to the wrestling reference here is that the Kane of Burna has often been jokingly called the Kane of Bryan. Well, there is a wrestler in WWE known as named Daniel Bryan. And he tag teamed with Kane at one point, so oftentimes I'll joke around as Team Hell No Complete because that was their team name.
That is a deep reference.
It's so funny how that works out.
Meanwhile, let's throw some bless RNGs and take energies in chat for Maniacal to find Hookshot in here and just find go mode.
I found a no tank. There's the big key.
Since Pedestal's dead, and we've checked so much in Super Metroid, there really just aren't any troll locations left. The quote-unquote trolliest hookshot spot is like French Vanilla and Swamp Palace, but okay, so what? There's only 3 dungeons left to check anyways.
Keep your eye on Cross Product. He's over at Ice Palace right now.
Ooh, nice play, nice play.
Yeah, what if he finds hookshot in here? This could be a big play for him here.
Yeah, hookshot will let him finish off Swamp and Ice potentially, and then just have a convenient route to Turtle Rock followed by GT.
Indeed, he'll just have to stop off and get the cane in Floating Island. But as soon as he does that, he's in go mode. So right now, the race is definitely between Maniacal and Cross Product, and who's going to take the lead here.
Yeah, I think it's going to come down to that hookshot location, but this is definitely close enough to be contentious.
Alright, Maniacal going to check Mimic Cave here real quick. Nice IPBJ there for Cross Product getting through. What do we got in Mimic Cave? Just a missile pack. We're now seeing what's on pedestal there real quick. Small key in the big chest there for Maniacal.
That's an important check to make, that depending on your game situation and route, I've seen people skip the big chest only to need to go back for the key.
There's the map. I don't know, Cross Product might have been on the right call, on the right path here. There's 3 items. There's maybe 3 items left and 4 items left in Turtle Rock. 3 of them will be on Laser Bridge. 1 of them is going to be on Trinex, unless I missed an item, miscounted here. Charge Beam for Cross. But what's on Laser Bridge? There's the small key he needs. He's going to check the rest of the chest. 50 rupees. Big 20 for Cross, also in Ice Palace. There's the compass, which means he did get an item I missed. And there's Ether, but that's useless at this point. Cross Products found all the items in Ice Palace, so the hookshot is not in Ice Palace. It's down to Trinex. If not, then that means it has to be somewhere on East Death Mountain. Because we've checked everywhere else.
Well, the parts of Swamp that are clearable without hookshot are still in play.
That is very true. Oh, he just gonna burn the head off there. Nice.
So clean. When you get the bounce and the double spin, which does butter sword damage there.
Nicely done, indeed. What does he drop? Just a big 20. That's it for Turtle Rock. That's it for Ice Palace.
So anyone who made an early gamble on Pod and got the French Vanilla Hammer might have also then made the early play on Swamp and gotten a French Vanilla Hookshot.
Well, let's not jump the gun yet. There's still East Death Mountain in play, and I think that's what Maniacal's going to do. He's probably going to go down, check Super Bunny Cave, come back up to do Paradox, and then finish up with Spiral Cave.
Yeah, this is the better percent chance. I'm just kind of imagining ways that another runner might have gotten way ahead.
All right, what do we got here in Super Bunny? 5-bomb upgrade, and a piece of heart. And then once he finishes up Spiral Cave, he might come back up and do Spike Cave, because Spike Cave hasn't been checked yet either, if it comes down to that. Oh no, actually he's going to do Spiral Cave first. Actually, no, this works even better. Do Spiral Cave, come back up through Paradox, and then, if he still hasn't found it by that point, check Spike Cave. Alright, so let's see what Spiral Cave's got for us here. Just a Power Bomb pack. Like I said, this is that efficient routing I was talking about here from Maniacal. He's routed everything in so efficiently, he's able to check everything in one quick go. So even if he has to check all these locations, he's going to check them a lot faster than other runners who have been going back and forth. But let's see what Paradox Cave's got. We got 7 items in here. V-Torp, and a Power Bomb pack.
I was going to say, if the hookshot is indeed here in East Death Mountain, with Cross Product doing it simultaneously, and Cross Product, of course, able to see the item on the floating island, then he would actually get to go mode TR.
That's true. That might end up working in his favor. Let's see. There it is! Hookshot in Paradox Cave! Ladies and gentlemen, if you check your phones, your watches, your time-keeping devices at this time, you will see that for Maniacal, it is indeed go mode time.
Are you gonna do that again when Cross Product hits it in a couple seconds? Oh, he still needs to mirror into his cane, doesn't he?
Yep.
Doesn't even check the other chest. He doesn't give a crap.
If he already saw what was up at the floating island, he probably already knows where he needs to go.
He was so excited he flubbed the bomb jump, though.
Minor time loss at best.
I want to say we should have the Ice Palace crystal checked off for Cross Product. Weren't they the first to make the Ice Palace play?
Yes, they are. So yeah, we might want to go ahead and update that.
So no runner has found Plasma. Maniacal is missing Charge because he will go mode Ice Palace. So if Plasma's in GT and Cross Product is able to acquire that, he'll get some time, but Maniacal also gets some time by being able to freeze the Metroid, so I think that's a wash.
Oh, and ladies and gentlemen, we have our first place winner. Ashdar has finished in first place with an official SRL time of 2 hours, 33 minutes, and 9 seconds, giving them a new PB by 19 minutes.
Wow, congratulations. That is a huge PB bust. So yeah, that's what I was talking about. Maniacal had to be thinking in the back of his mind, someone got that hammer so much beforehand.
That is almost, that is shy of world record there, because I know world record's pretty close to that number, but still, that is impressive.
Yeah, the 1v1 record is Hitaka's, and it's in the low 220s or maybe high 210s. You can just look on
Yeah.
SRL for that.
Still, to get a time that small, that is very impressive. That is amazing.
Yep, it takes a little combination of gift seed, good routing, good execution, and Ajder got all of it clearly.
Speaking of, he's in the Twitch chat right now. Yeah, congratulations, Ajder. That is an impressive run. You must be feeling really proud right now with that PB.
If you look at the SRL best times for this game, unfortunately, it's a bit hard to tell what the real solo best times are, because in the early going, when they were running doubles tournaments, they were counting those times on the same leaderboard, but doubles are just naturally faster. Chronoquarium asks in chat, how crazy would sub 2 be, and or what type of seed and routing would it need? Well, Wild Anaconda 69 and Alucard 2004 have been running some doubles recently, going for a sub 2, and they were extremely close. I think Wild Anaconda had like a 201 or 202.
Yeah, I think it's possible. You just have to get like the Uber Jet seed to pull that off and know what to do with it. But I will never say it's not possible. It's just gonna be very difficult to do.
And yeah, Lamgwin says, dude, solo is unlikely. I agree. Won't stop Wildcard. Or sorry, I keep saying that. Wild Anaconda. Their team name is Wildcard. Wild Anaconda has tried for solo sub 2 and has gotten some pretty good low 2s just by himself in practice.
So now all Maniacal's got to do is do a quick run here of Ice Palace. He can go mode this and he'll be good to go. And then all Cross Product has to do is pick up his Cane of Samaria from the floating island and then just go mode Turtle Rock. Both of which are pretty nice to do go moding. I think Ice Palace is a little bit better to go mode, so I think this is going to put Maniacal in pretty good shape here going in.
Yeah, agreed. TR doesn't change too much other than you get to ignore a laser bridge and such. And for Ice Palace, you just don't have to do anything. You go straight to the boss. They both get to go mode Swamp, which again, like one of the other dungeons that doesn't require a big key, feels really good to skip left side and all that stuff. Oh, it was just pointed out in IRC, Ajder has changed their username recently and actually clearly had a much better PB before, because they were in the 1v1 race with Hataka, where that like mind-blowing jet seed allowed Hataka to set the record. So this isn't an overall new PB for Ajder. All right, Maniacal heading in to fight everyone's favorite icy eyeballs. Cross Product getting to double up on the Death Mountain trip, but will still probably be behind Maniacal, as Maniacal should get to GT while Cross Product is still in Turtle Rock.
Yeah, actually, and with this crystal pickup, it is that time. Now, this is not going to be an official game because, quite frankly, this is not a tournament race, but we can still play along. So, ladies and gentlemen, there are 22 possible locations inside of Ganon's Tower where that big key could be hiding. Get your guesses in chat. Where do you think that big key is going to be?
When I'm not thinking about it, I just say 11, because it's my birthday date. But then when I'm really thinking about like controlling someone, I'll say that 22, or I'll say like 7 if they go full right and check tile room last. Last night I had my first tile room big key.
Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and do my normal guess. I'm sticking with 12 at this point and just hoping to get lucky one day. Yeah, I think 12 is going to be my lucky number at this point. I'm just going to keep guessing 12 until I finally get it.
Our top 2 runners on the stream are in Go mode, but Commodore is in Shack Tool mode.
Yeah, looks like it. It looks like Pryor's not too far behind as he's working on Ice Palace right now. He's got his hammer, so he's in good shape, but now we enter the Ganon's Tower, so let's get the count going. Where is that big key hiding? Number 1, Slagnet. Not bad. Number 2, Small Key. He's gonna go right side.
Yeah, Maniacal is with his GT routing will usually take that key and go right. Some runners take it and immediately go left through the door just to save themselves a mirror transition and all that.
I've seen people get messed up when they go right side, when they go through that middle door, because they end up losing that key that they could have used elsewhere. So I'd be hesitant about ever using that.
You lose a key if you don't pick up all the ones along the way, like under the pots in the next couple of rooms. Otherwise, you can totally burn that key there and you'll still have a spare at the top.
I've seen someone lose a race doing that. Number 3, Big 20. 4, Blueberries. Number 5, Missile Pack. Number 6, Bloopy. Alright, he's gonna mirror back and head to the left side. Let's see what's on Bob's torch today. Number 7 coming up. Missile Pack at 7. He's gonna ignore that.
I also learned recently from an experienced ALTTPR runner named Neaterific, who learned this from someone else, that the calculated best or like lowest average time to GT Big Key is to go left first to Stalfos room, then go back and do full right side.
All right, 8 and 9, nothing there. Number 10, Butter Sword. Number 11, Small Key. All right, number 12, Missile Pack. Well, I'm out.
Looks like a couple people in our chat are familiar with the routing I was just talking about.
The Dark Magician strats, yep. Very popular routing. Alright, Fire Snake, room number 13. Small key. Next up, the rando room. Called that because unless you're doing a randomizer, you will never go into this room ever. Alright, 14. 15. 16. 17. Still nothing.
The troll shield. He was trying to avoid one all game, and now he's been forced to pick up a shield in that room.
And you also got the Holy Arrow in there as well.
In vanilla, is that just like rupees and ammunition or something in there?
Pretty much, yeah. There's never a reason to go in there. There's no progression in there whatsoever. So that's why, unless you're doing a randomizer, you will never go in that room.
The fun route I like to see through GT is when you don't have mirror and you go through the big key room just to get yourself back out of this area. Or the big key chest room, rather.
And so we're up to 18 so far. Alright, big moment of truth here. 19. Big key at vanilla 19 and plasma to go with it.
Oh my gosh, what a good spot for plasma. But he doesn't have charge, so it doesn't matter.
Oh. But cross product does. If he checks that, if he gets that plasma beam, he's going to be in better shape for Mother Brain. And he's right on his heels. It's a slim chance. I don't see it happening, but there's a slim chance cross product could overtake him at that if that plasma comes into play.
The thing is as I mentioned before, cross product never got the ice beam that was on top of Spectacle Rock, and so he'll lose time.
Yeah, never mind. Yeah, never mind. He's going to be too busy power bombing Metroids. Yeah, it's pretty much locked in at this point. That at least as far as our featured runners go, Maniaco's got this in the bag. Also, we should comment, we've had 2 more winners since we last checked in. Zost has taken 2nd place with a time of 2:43.45, and Aussie101 has taken 3rd with a time of 2:45.09. Maniacal gonna stop in here in the ferry room because he's running a little low on health there.
Oh, chat pointing out that Pryor might not have checked the floating island. Actually, no. He's fine. He's doing Swamp. He's gonna probably go do TR and get Kane at the same time. I wouldn't worry about him just yet. We'll have to see. I'm not sure if he saw that while he was on light side Death Mountain or not.
Pretty decent gauntlet run there for Maniacal. His cross product still working his way towards the vanilla big key. Nice 0 cycle from Maniacal. Twice in 1 run, too. That is impressive.
I must say, I'm not even sure cross product will check the chest that has plasma in it by the big key, because he noped out of Paradox Cave with, like, there was a chest literally next to him, but when he had the hook shot, he just said no way.
We'll see if that comes into play later. Michael doing really good here in the torch room. Still got full magic going in. He should be really good to go here. At this point, doesn't even have to check the other chests. Well, he's going to anyway. He gets another heart container. Not bad. And there's the map. Lovely. Not even gonna bother picking up that other key. He only needs one more.
Oh, and he does get the plasma. Okay.
Oh, lucky break. Missile pack there.
Instead of menuing to mirror, cross product did actually go out through the big chest room.
He's actually gonna check it. That's a rare treat for you.
Oh, okay. He's just memeing on us.
Yep. Down goes Troll Arm 2 there for Maniacal. Checks inevitable conclusion, finds a big 20. It's time for Aghanim 2. Nice double to start things off. Almost got a triple there. Single. That's 4. 5. One more should do it. And down he goes! Nicely done there by Maniacal. And now it's time for the big pig.
Yep, and simultaneously, Pryor just finished off Argus. It would take a massive series of Ganon falls for Maniacal to fall behind at this point.
Yeah, I think he's pretty much got this locked in. Maniacal's not the kind of guy to take a fall that easily. He might take one at most by sheer bad luck, but he ain't gonna fall that often.
I've seen him go in and be like, oh, so I've got, 2 hearts for this Ganon fight. Guess I need to not take any damage, and then he wins the fight without taking damage.
Exactly. Like, if it was any other runners, I might be a little more concerned, but I know Maniacal's a really good runner, so I don't think that's gonna happen to him. Especially since he's got Butter Sword and Silver Arrows. He ain't messing this fight up that bad. If at all. I mean, he's already on to the Phase 3 right now. That's how good he's doing.
Yeah, runners like that, you put them in a situation with good weaponry, and they could be on, green mail and 3 hearts, and they wouldn't care, because they know they're going to be able to beat the boss so fast before they even risk taking damage.
Exactly. Not even caring about Torch Glitch, which I don't blame him here. Nice double there. He's already got 3 hits down. One more should do it. We've got bacon!
Get your single G's in chat for Maniacal.
We're not done yet, folks. Because now it's back into Super Metroid. He's probably just going to save, quit, reset.
Alright, let's see a full reload on what Maniacal's ammo situation is.
Let's take a look here. He's got 130 missiles, 70 supers, 45 power bombs. He is good on all fronts. He is locked.
Wow, that is a wealth of ammo. He could, destroy the Zebetite gates 4 times over and still probably be good.
So looking at my tracker here, there's literally only one item that we never actually located, and that was the Quake Medallion.
Maybe it's in tile room?
There's only 2 spots. Well, actually, there's several spots it could be. Tile room, Spike Cave, or Peg Cave.
Also, maybe left side swamp, since people were in go mode by the time they did it. Not sure.
That's true.
If,
there's a few places it could be, but there's not many.
Ooh, cross product getting a 0 there, kind of troll balls from Agatu. Follows it up with a triple though.
Actually, I think it was only a double. That one looked like it hit the wall.
Oh.
Still doing a pretty good job though.
The worst is when like 2 of them hit Aga, but it's simultaneous, and so it only counts as 1.
Oh, another swing and a miss. There he goes. Maniacal really doing good here against these Metroids. Now he's got space jump, he's got full health and everything else. Will he go for baby skip?
Yeah, all the quality of life items are there. He's got wave beam to get rid of the vines more easily. He's got spring ball, which you can use for the last jump.
And he's turning off screw attack. He's setting himself up for baby skip.
I don't think screw attack matters for the baby skip, but it does for Zebetite skip, and so he's just taking that moment to menu.
He's going for it though. All right, here we go. Moment of truth. Can he pull it off? He's close. He's close. He's close. He's got it! Baby skip complete.
Very good job on a very advanced trick.
Not an easy thing to do, I can assure you. I've seen many runners have trouble with that baby skip, so anytime you see it, it's impressive. And that allows him to skip the energy recharge and go straight in to Mother Brain. And yeah, he's going to set up for Zep skip here. Gets it first try! Maniacal showing why he's as good a runner as he is. We've been bragging about him all night, and he's proven why. Just going straight to Mother Brain. Oh! Cross product takes a dab!
Oh. Faster than a fall, ironically. Just dying there and going right back in from the top, because he doesn't have to climb the pyramid again.
Exactly. So if you're going to take one of those two, you might as well take the death. It's time for Mother Brain here for Maniacal now. He doesn't have charge, so he's going to have to rely on super missiles. 60 super missiles to get to the final phase. But put your orders in for McBrainies, ladies and gentlemen, because we've got food-based attacks here. You've got french fries, you've got tater tots, you've got onion rings, and you've got ketchup beans.
And damaging all the way down to 3 E-tanks, accepting fate, no charge beam, so just gonna watch a cutscene.
Yep, can't do stand-up glitch with this setup, so he's just gonna have to go through the hard way. But with as good of a lead as he's got, I don't think that's a problem for him.
Argus down for Commodora, Pryor's on the last phase of Trinex, and Cross Product finishes Ganon, so single G's in chat for Cross Product. A lot of simultaneous boss kills there.
Yeah, and both Commodore and Pryor are pretty much ready to go into Ganon's tower. So this is gonna be interesting. It's gonna be close.
Yeah, I gotta say it's refreshing. Not only are we going to see everyone finish today way under 4 hours, which, you know, thankful for the commentary and broadcast team, but just nobody on stream forfeited. They all got to complete the seed, it looks like.
Yeah, I rarely ever see a featured runner on a restream ever forfeit. I mean, it's happened once or twice, but very rarely. I think it's the idea that when you know you're being restreamed, you kind of have that extra push, like, no, I've got to finish this. I don't come hell or high water. I'm gonna finish this because I don't want to embarrass myself in front of such a large audience. Maybe that's just my thinking on it. Again, I'm not a speedrunner, but that would be my thought process doing something like that. But Maniacal now finishing off Mother Brain here, just completely obliterates her with a hyper beam.
Yeah, Maniacal's whole Torian and escape sequence, that whole thing is so smooth and so rehearsed for him. He's just played jillions of these seeds, as well as running multiple vanilla categories.
Indeed, but now he's got 3 minutes to get out of Dodge.
Oh, that's Ice Beam. Okay, Cross Product must have picked up the Ice Beam on, maybe even on his way up Death Mountain earlier when he was going to East Death Mountain.
Must have, so he's got Ice Beam, so he's in really good shape.
Yeah, he didn't ever dip Terra, so he didn't get Wave Beam, so he'll have a slightly weaker beam, but that can still take care of the second form of Mother Brain and third form.
Yeah. Nice Shine Spark there. Always love that Shaft Shine Spark there.
And some GT synchrony here, prior just a tick ahead of Commodora.
All right, and with that, ladies and gentlemen, Maniacal is taking 4th place with official SRL time of 3 hours, 2 minutes, and 41 seconds.
GG, Maniacal.
And of course, we can also confirm that not long after that, PP-chan has finished in 5th place with 3:03:16.
Wow, that's really close between the two of them.
Indeed. Cross product there getting, not quite getting Baby Skip, unfortunately, because of that wave beam, or lack thereof.
No Baby Skip for Cross Product, who will be taking the energy refill here. Ooh, the finishes are rolling in fast over in IRC. We've got Hataka now in 6th place with a time of 3 hours, 4 minutes, and 32 seconds.
Yeah, well, considering how good this run has been, I'm not surprised that we're starting to see this at such a rapid pace. I mean, a lot of these are like top-tier runners. You know, we mentioned Hataka being our world record holder right now. We've got, you know, Cross Product, Aussie 101's already finished. We've got Zos, who's already finished. You know, Azure, who won the race. I mean, we got a lot of top-tier runners in this race. It doesn't really surprise me. Like, I don't think there's a name in here I don't recognize who isn't a good runner.
Yeah, the weeklies bring out a lot of the talent. You know, these runners have, of course, many other games they run throughout the week, but it's nice for them to make the time to run 1 or 2 weeklies for everyone's entertainment.
Exactly. And we will be getting Maniacal here shortly. He's just taking a minute to take care of himself real quick, but he will be back in here to join us to talk about this amazing run of his. And in fact, I think that's him now. Let me bring him in. And we have Maniacal joining us here in the call. GG there, Maniacal.
GG and welcome.
You there?
He might have to adjust his audio post-stream or something like that.
Hey, yeah, thank you, GG. Sorry about that. For whatever reason, my headphone port was not, or headphone jack was not recognizing the headphones on the first attempt, and so y'all were coming out of my speakers, and I didn't want to hit you with feedback there.
It is appreciated. So, how do you feel about the seed?
It felt real great until it stopped feeling anything near good, which was right around finding the Titan's mitts at Hobo, and then knowing that that was my intended Dark World access rather than backdooring through Meridia, and Flippering also gave me all of West Dark World, and so rather than dip pod, I decided to go pursue a couple finishable crystals. And I just got completely destroyed by the hammer location, so
yeah.
That kind of sucked.
Watching you, I wouldn't say there was any, like, you wouldn't have been behind by any means when you got your mitts because you had done so much good stuff already. You'd made a lot of good checks, had a ton of important items. It was the hammer that really stretched things out in the mid-game there.
Yeah, and to be fair, that hammer got everybody. Like, French vanilla hammer will throw anybody off, all things considered. So you were not alone in that kind of situation.
I mean, it seems like it didn't throw everyone off. There were some folks who finished way ahead of me. So, I mean,
yeah, just talking about the on-stream runner comparison here, because you were the first on-stream to finish.
Yeah, that, I mean, makes some sense, but still, like, people finish in, 15, 17, 30 minutes ahead of me, and that's, not everyone got bodied by the hammer. Someone got to pod fast.
It happens, but still, I mean, overall, but what I can say is that your execution and your routing especially was really on point. I think that was what gave you the lead, is even though you got a little sidetracked by a couple things, like, the way you routed yourself to get to all those items just really made up for any off items that were throwing you out of whack.
Yeah, I felt pretty good about the route, except I should have saved, or I should have not checked GT is what I shouldn't have done. I should have done Lower Norfair, left GT for a subsequent flute to Meyer, and not gone and done Wrecked Ship when I did. And so doing all of Wrecked Ship, then I think I end up doing all of it anyway, but it priced me into the really slow checks that were left on Bryn Loop, like X-Ray and Climb Supers and Waterway, which were really disparate. And then, like, I also routed them badly. For whatever reason, I went to Waterway and then started routing to Torian, and then I realized that I had messed up Lower Norfair and Ridley wasn't dead, and I also didn't have Charge Beam, and, like, it was a mess.
It happens.
Yeah, I think that was the only point at which I was disappointed for you. I was like, dang, he's doing Wreck Ship, because you were on the cusp of going to Lower Norfair there.
Yeah, and I intended to do Lower Norfair, and then I went to GT and decided I didn't want to do all that super farming. Thought I could take the ship refill. Ultimately didn't take the ship refill anyway. Like, it was... Oh boy, it was a doozy. It was a doozy of a routing mishap. And
we were very
at that point, I was also feeling, really flustered by the way the items were falling in the seed, and the fact that Hammer was just eluding me, and there were, like, diminishing places left where it could be, and, like, everything was open to me that wasn't behind the Hammer.
Yeah, we were also hoping that Hammer would be your Go mode item, like if it had fallen out that way in the seed, just so you wouldn't have to chase what the Hammer opened up.
And actually, real quick, before we go any further, we should announce that, ladies and gentlemen, Cross Product has finished in 7th place with a time of 3 hours, 9 minutes, and 50 seconds, improving their PB by 7 minutes there. Nicely done.
Cross Product. Maniacal, I just wanted to note we were very complimentary of your Torian execution. You sailed through that, got all the skips. It was really beautiful.
Oh well, thank you. Yeah, the I think it was a 7-jump baby skip is about fine for me. Like that's about what I can do. I haven't learned faster skips, and I was mostly okay with my Metroid rooms. I think I messed up in Metroid's 3, I think it was, that I skipped one of the Metroids accidentally. Yeah, it was the third Metroid in Metroid's 3. But other than that, yeah, I was pretty happy with that Torian.
Oh, we should also comment Pryor just took a death to Ganon there. Is gonna have to restart his fight. Oh, that's brutal.
Some of the people in chat are pointing out that they also were late to Varia and might have never even used it if they just wanted to hell run Lower Norfair. So Cross Product on our restream here was not the only person who had trouble finding it.
Yeah, I think I think the clue should have been early shovel. There's something in Dick Spot. That was kind of just telling you that.
I think, yeah, what was significant was it was the boots leading to shovel and not just a cold shovel randomly in the middle of nowhere.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was really interesting, the stupid triple dip Kakariko for both the suits. Although you could have gone and gotten your first bottle from Eastern, so it didn't really have to be.
Yeah, there was one person, I think, on stream who got them both at the same time. And a single G for Pryor, who just finished off the pig. Maniacal, did you have any more you'd like to share with us about the race?
No, it seems like Cross is ready to come in, and so I think I'll wait for him to show up. But yeah, I pretty much felt like I routed this one fairly cleanly. I felt so good about that early Bryn loop, where I rushed Morph. Oh, my early game was a complete disaster. I wasn't sure what I was going to run in the early game. I was just kind of putzing around with different ideas, and for whatever reason, I went right to Link's house off a save and quit, and then went south to North Cac, which was just a disaster decision, and I had to double farm Blind's Hut. And I even got lucky on the 50-50 bushes.
Yeah, we saw that. You got 2 bombs going in. We were like, oh, well, I guess this turned out okay.
Yeah, it was such an idiot call. What I was intending to do was Houlihan into south to north, and then I just save and quit to Link's house instead for no explicable reason. I guess I just menued a little fast, and then once I'm there, I'm just oh god, what do I do? And committed to a really bad route. So I did want to mention that I felt really disoriented early game. I never did check Lumberjacks.
Wow. Yeah, at the beginning we were talking about how you were taking this unique opening and deviating from your usual Houlihan. In fact, nobody started with Houlihan. I think one person went and did it later with the hole at back of escape. But, given that so many openings have their merits, we weren't saying it was bad. It turned out okay for you.
Yeah, I found a whole bunch of 300 drops over in Super Metroid behind that early Morph Ball, and got the flippers to do Zora, and like I said, the early game panned out great because I took Cac to South Shore Morph Ball, skipped Ice Rod Cave because I was getting bodied by all of the different enemies, and went right for Bryn Loop and got flippers and a sword and boots and 700 rupees, and it was a really great Bryn Loop in early game. Fire Rod, everything was super productive. Got a glove, and then it stopped. I got the suits and thought that my intended Dark World access was going to be through Meridia. Missed Hobo until I mirrored on my way through Dark World. And then I was like, oh gosh, and starting to feel pretty adrift, and ended up kind of full clearing looking for that hammer.
Indeed. And now we have Cross Product joining us here in the call. GG to there, Cross.
Hey, thanks a lot.
Welcome,
GG, Cross.
Congrats, you beat me. A couple people finished ahead of you, but I feel like this was a 1v1 between me and you.
Oh man! Anytime you want a 1v1, dude, let me know. I'm
yeah,
down.
Sure thing. Maniacal and I are buds. He's gonna teach me how to play Kid Icarus.
Nice.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Cross product. I recognize your voice. You've probably done a lot of SM Rando commentary.
I've done a couple.
Oh yeah, I don't know if I worked with you before. I definitely heard your commentary in the past, but I could. But get back on topic here. How's the CPU?
It was pretty good. The only thing that was super frustrating was it was like, hey, here's Gravity Suit. Well, nothing's in Meridia. Hey, here's Various Suit. Well, nothing's in Lower Norfair. That was pretty disappointing, but other than that, I thought my execution was pretty good. I've been practicing low ice in Super Metroid, so like everything's just a breeze now. It's not like, oh, I have screw attack and like whatever. Like I have 7 E-tanks. What am I afraid of? Super Metroid was super easy. I'm actually pretty surprised how clean my Link to the Past execution was. Not perfect, obviously, not top tier or anything, but I basically was like I never stopped playing for 3 months. It felt pretty good. I died to Ganon. Like, I died to Ganon with Gold Sword and Silvers, which was ridiculous, but I think that was my only death in the entire run. Other than resetting at Wave Beam, but that was half because I could have Crystal Flash to get out, but...
Yeah, your SM was really clean. You did those 2 Crystal Flash skips in Meridia, right?
Yeah, that's kind of my signature at this point. I've put a lot of work into practicing the timing, and I feel pretty comfortable. If I've got Morph Bombs, I can sort of do it if I don't have suits, but it's a little sketchy. But yeah, I felt like with 6, 7 attempts, however many power bombs I had, I felt like it was. I felt like that the Crystal Flash was consistent enough that I could go check Shack Tool, but then I was like, wait, checking Shack Tool, this is such a waste of time.
It was. There's nothing there.
Yeah, I think without checking Shack Tool and Plasma, it would have been really tight between me and Maniacal. But what are you gonna do? It's all for the viewers anyway.
Yeah. Speaking of for the viewers, it looked like at points you and Maniacal each were doing a bit of memeing. We liked that you went into the front of the tavern.
Yeah, I'm a little disappointed. The quote pool is a little too saturated with stuff that I didn't write, but. Yeah.
Oh, you actually.
Other people have jokes too. It's whatever.
Yeah. That's why he always checks it, because that's his work. I know that's one of your things, even with just standard Link to the Past randomizers, that you always check Tavern.
Yeah, unless it's a really serious race. I mean, I do a lot of 2v2 with Jet, and you know he gets mad, but I'll still check it. I didn't even think. I mean, I checked Ganon's Tower Big Chest as well.
That's right.
Yeah,
that was
hilarious.
Hey, it could have been Wave Beam, right?
No, we know where Wave Beam was. The only thing that we never found was Quake Medallion.
Oh, really? I made a very big mistake. I left a chest in Paradox Cave because I thought Hookshot was my go mode, but I hadn't yet checked the medallion requirement for Turtle Rock, and I was like, oh my gosh, please be Bamos. And phew, big sigh of relief. I actually was in go mode. I just didn't realize.
Yeah, we thought you knew, and that you were just like, I don't need a single other chest.
It's been so long since I actually played Link to the Past Rando. I even forgot that I needed Cane of Samaria till like right before I found it on Skylaw.
Wow.
Yeah, but whatever. You know, it all worked out.
Yeah. Because you skipped that one in Paradox, I was like, oh, well, you know, cross product is running so efficiently, they won't even check a single extra chest beyond the big key in GT. But then you did, and you got Plasma Beam out of it.
That was pretty good. I mean, who needs Wave Beam if you have Plasma? Don't tell me Wave Beam was in Paradox Cave.
No, Wave Beam was in the front basement of Harrow.
Oh, yeah, I managed to avoid Harrow altogether, huh?
Pretty much.
I did full clear Eastern, though, which was a bust.
I was wondering, with Charge Ice Plasma, you purposely damaged yourself down on Mother Brain not to do stand-up. Is that one that you don't like to do without full beam, or did you just want to avoid the soft lock, hard lock potential?
I guess to avoid the hard lock, I simply don't like doing stand-up glitch. I've been burned by it too many times, and I'm over it. Just like a lot of people are like, "Oh, Moonfall is such a meme strat." Like that's how I feel about stand-up glitch.
That's fair.
It's too, and like even if you do stand-up glitch, you have to do exceptionally well to get the most out of it, and even then, you don't really save a ton of time. Maybe like 10, 15 seconds. Well, I mean, that's probably maybe closer to a minute, but definitely not more than a minute. So, like, if you have really good stand-up strats, you'll save maybe close to a minute.
Yeah, I was gonna peg
my best stand-up is like
30 seconds.
I still needed like 8 hyper beam shots anyway.
Okay.
I'm not very good at it, and it's too risky for me to even bother.
Fair enough.
With full beam, it's like the only time you get close to the like
Elm
one
says
hyper
it's not
beam
close
shot.
to a minute. I'm inclined to believe him. He yelled at me once. Okay, Aster yelled at me once for doing Blue Bomber when I didn't have Screw Attack on, and he was right though. He was right though. It's a fun strat to do, but if you don't have Screw Attack, it doesn't really help.
No, I think in order to really take advantage of it, you have to do like all the trips. You have to do baby skip, you have to do step skip, and you have to do stand up. If you can do all 3 of those in one swift go without any problems, you could probably save a ton of time that way.
Yeah,
but
I wouldn't say baby skip and zip skip don't have anything to do with stand up though. I can do.
Wait a minute, guys! Briar's saving the animals.
Oh boy, well, he's got time.
Nice, keeping it canon. Thank you, Prior.
Oh, I turned off my console before I got the results. Oh, they're on the stream. Never mind.
Yeah, you got 201 on collected items.
Wow, I actually beat Maniacal in collected items by a lot.
Yeah,
got a lot under him, but pretty crazy.
Yeah,
he must just be like better than I am. That's all there is to it. Congratulations.
It all comes down to execution.
I don't know about that, man. I cleared everything. Like you were saying, you didn't do Hera, you did Eastern. I'm like, yep.
Well, you didn't
I didn't find charge. Oh no, I did. I ice clipped.
Oh, did you? Oh.
He did check tool.
I did 100% location Super Metroid and most of A Link to the Past.
Really? Wow.
By the way,
Yeah.
I'm impressed
GGs
then,
for
dude.
Prior.
I checked.
Where was Charge?
I didn't check. Charge was like free. I forget.
Charge was Ice Palace, so if you go moded, you missed it. Sorry, I was going to say GG's for Prior, who finished in 8th place with a time of 3 hours, 22 minutes, and 6 seconds. And get ready for Commodore as well.
Yeah.
I didn't do Waterway. I actually didn't check. All right, I 98%ed Super Metroid. I didn't check Waterway, and I didn't have high jump boots or speed booster in Aqueduct. I went Meridian. Like I turned in my bottle super early and went to Meridia and was highly disappointed. The single item I found was Spring Ball, and I couldn't even get it.
The hilarious thing is the item you couldn't see in Aqueducts was high jump.
Oh, really? Because that's what I could have gotten it if I had high jump. Oh, whatever.
Yeah. Yes.
Nonetheless,
high jump. Sorry, go ahead, Shades.
That's all right. Wow. That's all right, my friend. But we got to announce this because Commodore has finished in 9th place with a time of 3 hours, 23 minutes, and 34 seconds.
GG Commodore. And with that, in a clean 3 hours, 23 minutes, we've had all on-stream runners finish today.
Not too bad. I usually estimate about 3 hours for like 2 to 3 hours, I guess. I don't know. This was particularly rough. Moon Pro was out there. I guess it wouldn't have been too bad if you had said, "Hey, Boots, shovel Varia suit a little earlier." But honestly, like not getting Varia suit early didn't really hurt me. It was whatever. I didn't really struggle. I didn't struggle with the heck runs at all. Anyway, I had bombs for pre-cathedral. I mean, I didn't miss Varia suit early. I actually, if I had found space jump or high jump boots, I was just gonna forget about Varia suit. I had like 35 peeps. It's enough.
There you go.
Whatever.
Yeah.
All right. Well, unfortunately, we really don't have a way to bring our other 2 runners in at this point. So I think it's going to be about time for us to wrap this up. But any final thoughts from the 2 of you before we send?
No, just GG to cross products, Prior, Commodore, everyone who finished it, ahead, and everyone who's finished, everyone's still going. Thank you, Cheeseinator and Shades, for the commentary. And yeah, I'll let Cross say his thing. Thanks. Take it easy.
Yeah. Thanks for the commentary, of course. Thanks also to the trackers. Thanks to Miss Metroid. Thanks to Speed Gaming staff. Everybody that keeps stuff running behind the scenes. And And I haven't done combo random. Well, I did a couple of them at AGDQ, but I haven't streamed one in a while, and it was a lot of fun. So thanks for giving me the opportunity to be on the restream. And you guys have yourselves a wonderful night.
Thanks for coming on. Have a good one. Yeah. And yeah, big thank you. I don't think we thanked our trackers enough on the stream, but Cassidy Moan and Draco Falcone have been taking care of that for us today.
Fantastic job for them. Make sure you guys give them a follow. Make sure you follow all our runners as well. Maniacal, Crossbrada, Commodore, and Prior 57. Show them some love for their amazing run. And of course, myself and my co-commentator, Cheeseinator HS. Cheeseinator, pleasure working with you, my friend.
You too.
And of course, make sure you guys follow all of our channels here, Speed Gaming and Speed Gaming 2 through 6, for all of the amazing races, including our current Super Metroid Link to the Past combo randomizer tournament. We're in the bracket stages. We've got a couple of races coming up later this weekend, so don't miss out on that. And of course, all the other tournaments we've got going on our channels. So much to watch, so much to keep up with. You don't want to miss out on any of it. But with that said, we want to thank you guys for joining us as always. On behalf of everyone here at the Speed Gaming family, my name is The Shades, and we will see you guys next time.
I'm Cheeseinator. I'm Cheeseinator HS. Thank you for watching. We'll see you next week.